Hey everybody, it is 6 o'clock, it is Tuesday night, and that means it's time for Dragons and Things. There we go! Welcome back to the stream to all of you longtime fans. If any of you are new, well, welcome to the party. It's about to get pretty wild. Before we get started, there's just a couple of things. Last Friday, we tried doing comments a little bit differently. We're going to keep doing them a little bit differently today. And what that means for all of you who may not have heard from Friday is that we are going to be taking comment breaks. Rather than just randomly shouting out comments in the middle of combat or in the middle of play, we're actually going to take breaks where I will call out, we're gonna do some comments, we're gonna hear from you, our sponsors, and we'll just read comments. We'll call out donations, we'll call out new follows and new subs. So that is the time where your name will be in lights and we will talk with you during those comment breaks. That is basically just a little method we're trying to preserve the story while also honoring you guys out there and making sure that we're interacting with you. So we're just trying that out. If it turns out to be a horrible idea and you all hate it, well, you're the viewers. You let us know and we'll do it differently next time. We'll figure this out. No worries. We want to make sure that the balance between story and interaction is right where you want it. So just let us know if you have any ideas or suggestions along those lines in our Discord, which some of you have already been doing and we have been taking note. I don't know why I lost my place, but I did. So, what we're also going to do is pay attention to Sirenscape, because it sounds beautiful. I hear it. I can hear it. It's playing us in. Sirenscape is always here for us. They are making this show possible, so a huge shout out to Sirenscape. You can find them at sirenscape.com. There is also Dice Cams. And a dice box just creeping across the screen. Norse Foundry has provided for us the dice cams, and we are ever grateful to them. You can go to norsefoundry.com to find all kinds of dice and gaming accessories that are absolutely awesome. All that said, I guess that we should play some Pathfinder.
Yes!
What say you all?
Jim, wait, you forgot the one announcement. From Elderwood.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the really exciting Elderwood announcement.
No, we're not allowed to.
No, you have to tell people.
No, we can't do that.
Why?
We're not announcing Elderwood yet.
Why not?
No, we can't announce it.
We can't do that.
Oh, but it's so exciting. We can't announce it yet.
No, it's all under wraps. We can't. We gotta keep that.
No.
I think
you gotta put
that's
that.
ridiculous.
Put that excitement. Take
You
that
see
excitement.
how everybody else
in
do
your box,
not talk about that?
But
put that
it's
in your
so
box,
exciting.
And
Well,
then
I
close the
mean,
lid on that.
I'm just saying that lid can only stay on for so long, Jim.
Well, I'm just like we can't talk about it yet. We cannot talk about Elderwood. I'm sorry.
I'm a mixed bag of emotions right now.
I'm sorry. Take all of your emotions.
Well, you can
put them in that same box with your excitement. Just close the lid for a little bit. Just close the lid.
All right.
Fine. Whatever.
It's fine. We got it. We got this. In the city of Vantam, there is no rest, even for the dead. Strange, multicolored ash settles around the hulk of the half-collapsed offices of Postmortal Services. In better circumstances, people would flock to the building to sign away their rights to their mortal remains for a small stack of coin. Corpse runners would be taking such remains around to the building's rear entrance, where alchemists would get to work preserving dead flesh to keep it from rotting. Afterwards, necromancers would work in tandem to raise the body as a mindless husk, capable of simple labor and nothing more. Those shambling corpses would then be sold to those who could afford it. It was all the rage having a zombified servant, a meat puppet to dress up and order around. This was the new cycle of life in Vantam. But then the world exploded, and today there are no necromancers to turn corpses into dutiful servants. There are no customers in the halls of Postmortal Services to purchase them. There are only you 4 heroes. 5 heroes. No, there's only 4 of you who are heroes.
What?
One of you's not.
Why are you looking at me when you say that? Why do you keep looking at me?
There's no reason that I'm looking at you.
Why are you still looking at me?
Because it's you.
I mean, I have panache, so.
You have all fought your way through a small group of unrestrained undead to find yourselves in what appears to be a medical office, where not 10 feet away, a dark-skinned man covered in his own blood is bleeding out on the floor. Is this the man with the exfiltration contract you've been sent to fulfill? Is this Dr. Darnell Gage? It won't matter if you don't act fast. What do you do?
We read comments!
And we don't react fast for him.
We take a moment while he bleeds out to talk to you, our sponsors.
Who's going first?
DaT says, bring on the show. So good to be home. This is my first episode of the new season. So far behind already.
Welcome back, DaT Storian.
I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's back. ZachTack77 saying, I have no idea how long I'll last tonight, but I'm going to stay for as long as I can. That's the kind of commitment we like.
Well, that's how I feel as well.
Right.
Especially with the way he just eyeballed me during that intro.
I don't know how long.
I'm just going to stick around for as long.
I like this one from John Goodman. Tuesdays are way better than Fridays. It's the good cast.
Oh,
Did you guys hear that upstairs?
We're the good cast.
we're the good cast.
We're the good cast.
We can hear them grunting from up there. It just dies.
The real POTUS 98 trolling a little bit. Just found this channel, loving the show. It's so neat.
Thanks, POTUS.
Thanks, POTUS,
Channel.
our number one gift sub giver.
Cripwalker76. See, now we want to know about secret Elderwood dealings.
Put that lunch in a little box.
Jim.
Put it in the
Close
box.
the lid, close the lid, and
Is it a box made
Jim's
by...
being a poop.
And then MCTJ 2001. Wow, that's hard for me to say. Hot cup of tea, LOL. Smoke rising from Jim Jam's screen.
That's right. I drink
We have-
tea out of a skull.
Follows from Chef Mac, Fiji Flu, Luffy Torres, and Landere.
Heyo.
We've also got subs from Crichton32, DaT Storian, and that's it.
They're also...
Sorry, before we just, what did you have? I'll let you go first.
No, I think you're more important, and you tell me when we can say things, and we can't.
You may now
So-
say whatever you wanted to say, but as long as it's not Elderwood related,
No.
I guess. That's how we're
It
doing
wasn't.
it.
No, I was just going to mention the donations we have so far. $5 from Real POTUS 98, plus $1 to Adam, and $50 coming in from Dark Knight for a card for Katie.
I get a card!
Finally got a
It
card.
took 3 episodes, but I finally get a card.
Katie
Oh, this is exciting.
finally gets her card. What will it be? You want to draw it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh.
What do you know?
I don't get to randomly draw? I thought I get to randomly. Oh, I thought I
get to draw
okay.
the card. Yo, wiener.
When she goes to Vegas, that's what she does too. She's like,
you
just give me, let me
Give me
pick.
whatever card I want.
I will pick it.
That's why we can't take her anywhere.
She's not even
Oh,
showing
she's not even
people.
showing it. She's
like,
keeping it
yeah,
secret.
I'm going to keep it a secret, huh? She's
She's
got to
looking up her chart, yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to see if it's helpful.
I got to keep my card up top here.
Guys, thank you so much for the donations and the cheers and everything. Honestly, it's amazing.
Thank you.
So, in the meantime, I get done having my life saved.
You're welcome.
I
You're welcome.
definitely have thanked you because
Yeah.
you needed that. And then we open up that door, we see this guy just collapse. I go running up to him,
Run up to him.
and I definitely am going to... Actually, I discovered something today because, Jim, for the first time ever, I know what my spells do.
What?
Bringing them up and everything. I even read them.
It's amazing when you open up the rule book
I
what you'll
even
find.
read them. From 30 feet away, I can stabilize this guy.
Yeah, you can.
So I'm going to stabilize him.
All right, so you see him collapse. You know that he is an absolute mortal hero. You know that you can't even waste time walking across the room to stabilize him. You immediately reach out with your mind.
And I reach out with my mind and my mouth and I say, stabilize! like that.
goes.
Yeah.
Dang, that's powerful. He obeys the command and stabilizes. Now he's still on the ground. He is still unconscious, but he is not dying, as far as you know.
Excellent. I've solved that first part of the problem.
You solved my dying riddle.
I look at her and I say, he's stable for now, but I don't know what else we can do for him.
I'm assuming we're all in the room now.
Yeah, I assume.
Yeah.
I'm closing
Yeah.
the door, and I'm gonna like look for a chair to like put, if there's anything in the room that I can use to like block up the door to give us a moment.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know who this guy is.
That's very
So
Not zombie so far.
I'm going to look at you guys. Okay, so he's obviously not a zombie. He's really hurt. I mean, I've stabilized him. He'll live.
Does he have
won't
the
get
talisman?
any better. I don't know. I'll check. I guess I'll go check him now.
Sure. I'll make a perception check for you. Yeah, I mean he looks really beat up. He looks like he's had to move very fast. His clothes are torn up. You don't find anything in his pockets. Like he's like
There's-
just with a quick glance, you can't. He doesn't have anything with him.
Do we have any idea who he is?
Does
Does he have a name tag like the other?
Right,
folks
right.
had?
Sorry, I'm setting out some things, but
Did you guys see that? I was
you
more
don't
organized
see a
than
name tag or anything. But and you also are not familiar with who he is by sight.
They're kind of all probably tending or talking about him. I'd like to kind of just do a tiny little lap around the room to see,
Doing a lap around the room.
yeah,
I'm
to
secure
check for
rooms.
all sorts of security and to make sure that that was the only door for now. Or what else? Would that be a perception?
Looking around, I mean, it's a fairly small room, and we will make a perception check to see if you find any cool secrets that are definitely in this room, waiting for you to discover them. You don't find nothing
Darn.
secret, so you
There's this
missed all the
guy
secrets.
here.
There's a guy.
You do find. I mean, it looks like a medical office, which you find that there are enough supplies that if you needed to, you basically would have a set of healer's tools here to use. Though I believe those of you who would need such things already have them. But there doesn't appear to be anything else in here. It's a fairly sparse environment. Just this guy, a lot of blood. There's a dagger on the ground that he dropped. You remember when you opened the door, he had a knife in his hand, and he just drops it. So he's got that. But other than that, yeah, you don't find anything.
And nothing specific about the dagger. It's just a dagger.
Yeah, it's just a plain knife.
I'm gonna begin. I'm gonna begin some medicine checks on him to just see if I can get him back. I know it's gonna take a little bit. I look at you guys and I say, I think I can get him back on his feet. I don't know how healthy, but I think so.
Well, this
Can
seems
we
like
aid on medicine?
You can. It's a DC 20 check to aid.
Ooh.
this seems
And
worth
you
a
can only
shot.
aid if you're trained. You have to be trained in medicine.
Well, hot dog I am.
Alrighty.
Here we go.
Well, this seems like quite the hazardous job.
I make my lap and I'll come back to them and just say, I didn't find anything except some healer's tools, but I assume we all have what we need.
What's this?
Gimme. 21.
21.
No aid.
No
No
aid. Still, your care is enough to. I mean, you stop the worst of the bleeding. You bandage up some of the wounds. After about 10 minutes of working with him, you hear this pained groan, and his eyes flutter open, and he looks around wildly for a moment. You can tell, almost like panicked.
Easy.
He realizes
Easy,
that
buddy.
It's
Easy.
just you're here. You're regular people. And his face kind of softens. He says, "About damn time. Is this the kind of urgency we can expect for what we're paying? Because if so, I'm not really impressed."
Well, we got here as fast as we can. Good, right?
Darnell?
Yeah?
What
They
happened?
didn't even tell you who we were looking for? You don't recognize? Oh my goodness. What kind of an operation are you running?
Well, we're being run. We're not running it.
Also, did you see the world outside? It's completely changed, so there's a bit of things in the way to getting here.
Yes,
Yeah.
things are dangerous. That's precisely what you're supposed to be able to handle. This is not getting us anywhere. I've had a bit of a rough day.
Well, it's not isolated to you in this place. What Grace was saying is it's happening all over the city. The
We were-
Tower of Necromancy blew up. It exploded.
And so, in that kind of a circumstance, we have heroes paid to come and save people like me. Looks like again, we're not really getting anywhere with this. I don't understand.
That is why we're here. We were sent to find you and to
I've gathered all
ensure
that.
your safety. We hit a few roadblocks along the way, as I'm sure you know. There are some strange things happening here.
So, how is it that a necromancer is out of control of your dead folk here? What? How's that happen?
Well, if I had to guess, it would be because a lot of the explosion caused quite a bit of magical havoc that has caused most of our recent leasees to go haywire. It happens. I know not all of them have, as I'm sure you've noticed. I believe that the showroom is currently on lockdown and under control, but most of the newer corpses, especially ones that were being created at the time of the explosion, well, things got a little messy.
Do you
Go ahead.
happen to know how many corpses were being worked on at the time?
I don't. I don't have that information offhand. Things happened rather suddenly.
Yes.
Two things. One, I want to roll a check to see if he seems... Be hard to tell if he was surprised that the tower blew up, but does he seem disappointed that the tower blew up? Because right now he's sounding like he's just like, it's another day.
Yeah.
You know, because he even said the words, these things happen. And it's like, that seems a little off. But the other thing is I'm going to just talk to him while I'm doing that. I say, well, we get you on your feet. We can just get out of here and get you to HEI headquarters. Perception is probably not going to do much for me. 13 total.
13. I mean, you can tell that, honestly, the main problem right now is that you've done what you can. He's still pretty pale. I mean, he very nearly died very recently. Like, he's probably in shock, and that is accounting for a lot of the oddness of his reactions, unless there is something that he's hiding. But I mean, you don't know other than that.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise you though that he's just not all there.
Well, I'm trying to kind of pull him up, you know, and sit him up, and then if I can get him sit him up, then I want to stand him up and just say, let's go.
So he gets up onto his feet and he's like, well, we are going to have to go to HEI headquarters very soon, but there's something we've got to take care of here first.
And what is that?
We're going down into the sublevels.
Why are we doing that? Was that in
Because there's an issue that I have to take care of.
What is the issue? Why don't you let us know and we'll handle it for you?
It's confidential. I'm not permitted to talk about it.
All right, well, we'll just wait here, and you can go down there and deal with
No.
your confidential
No,
issue.
we're not leaving him alone. We came this far. It took this long.
That was reverse psychology.
If
Smart.
look, our job
Good
is
one,
to get
Gage.
you out of here.
That's correct.
We need to keep you alive, which means we are coming with you, but you cannot just say it's confidential. We need to know what we're getting ourselves into.
Well, no, I absolutely can, and am obligated to say that it's confidential. And yes, I am going down below, and you are right that your job is to keep me alive, if you want to get paid. So, it looks like we're just going to have to go down into the sublevels, and you're going to have to trust me that there is very important work that needs to be done, and you're going to have to keep me alive until it's done.
Lead the way.
Eh,
She gets it. Honestly.
I
Are you in charge of this outfit? Because you should be.
Of my
Do
outfit?
Do I get the feeling that I could command him to...
Do you have
To stop?
command?
You happen to know that the spell command is an incredibly short-lived impulse that even if it were successful and you commanded him to do a thing, it would be over in a matter of seconds. It's excellent for buying yourself
But
time.
I do think about it for a moment. And then I start kind of like maybe even daydreaming, like, oh yeah, you can come with us. I'm like, yeah.
At the Zakaz request that we go ahead and get going, Odely kind of stops her and just, I'm with you. We got to go down to the sublevels. Sure. Protect you. Got it. But you still don't look great. Maybe we take a quick rest for you to gather yourself before we head down.
Odely's
If
right.
you need some time, we can take a few minutes, but...
I mean, I was just watching out for you and trying to save you and
Well-
your butt and all, but you know, we can do
Quinton-
whatever you want.
Quentin, how are you doing? You took a blow to the head. Are you
I-
doing all right?
I'm sorry, everybody. I was really off my game this morning, and I just appreciate you all being with me. Sorry about that, and I messed up with that one. Thanks,
No,
thanks
it's
for
fine.
saving me.
I'm just making sure. Do you need to rest in this moment at all?
No. If we're gonna do this, we should do it. We can do this together, but we got to do it together.
And Odely's right. It's our job to make sure that we escort him safely. Best we can do is make sure he's at full health.
All right.
Are you at the full amount of numbers that would make you full?
Well,
Cheater,
you actually
cheaters.
I did, yeah.
roll 2d8, because we actually don't know how many hit points he has until, because you succeeded on your check, but we forgot to actually roll
Great.
the amount of hit points that you
Let's
gained.
roll.
Ooh.
Pretty good. He's at 12.
Yeah, so I mean, you do a really
That's
good
nice
job.
right there.
Like he's
For a high-level necromancer, he now has 12 hit points, which should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
See, you interpreted high level in a different way than I intended it.
Well, okay, so I have healed him, and I mean, I have the medicine skill, and I was the one that did it. Do I feel like I got rid of the worst of it?
Yeah, I mean, like, he's certainly, like, he can move around. He's in no danger from his wounds currently. You get the sense that...
And I know that the rest of my companions are in good health so far.
So far. Although Quentin did make a point that, I mean, if I do recall, you took Sly did make a good point that I seem to remember you taking quite a beating from these zombies.
Yeah, I got shook up.
But it is totally up to you whether you want to deal with that right now.
Well, I was healed after last
okay.
session. I don't remember if I did that or somebody else did that, but I do have one of my spell slots used up, so...
It's probably you then.
The only other reason for us to stay here is because we have that vial of pink potion that takes 10 minutes to figure out what it does. And if that's anything helpful, we might want to know.
Could you have possibly been looking at that while he was healing? Because that took 10 minutes.
Yeah, you could.
Then I would love to have done
give you an Arcana check.
We're going to retroactively play this game the right way, guys.
Yep.
Right? Arcana. Here we go. 11 on the die for an 18.
18.
Nice.
This is a minor healing potion.
See?
Boom.
Knew we needed to look
You
at
have
that.
yourself a
Smart.
minor healing potion.
I feel a little bit better.
If we are going to head toward the sub-basement area, we're going to do it smart. I think you should stay in the middle of the group, telling us where to go. If there's any access points that you need to lead us through, I think that's fine, but I think we should have Zakar up at the front. Maybe the magic users around you.
You can take the back.
It's fine by me. Does that work for you?
Well, you're restoring my confidence in your outfit. Maybe I was a little too hasty to judge you. You do seem to have this under control, so
Maybe
yes.
you were.
That's good advice, Sly.
It's just tough getting redirection in the middle of orders we have already received.
But your ability to think on your feet, why, that's how you're going to make money. Let's go.
As we go, can I pull you aside and be like, did you tell him your name?
No. You got the GM on that one.
No.
Good job.
Sly is renowned. He has panache all over this city. It's
Panache
fine.
all over.
Got him.
Once we get to the hall,
Yeah.
I think I want to walk toward that door that we couldn't get into the first time, and just maybe ask him about it if he knows what that door is.
That is the door that he directs you to.
Oh,
Are you talking about that was sealed
Cool.
before? Yeah.
This
that's
door
actually
works.
where
So she
he
just
leads
starts
you.
walking there, and he's like, I haven't directed anybody yet, but they're going exactly where I need them to go.
We're really
Efficiency.
good.
We're really good at
She
this.
should be in charge. I've said it before.
There's a door.
You backtrack your way to the door that was previously sealed. And it is marked restricted access. You remember it is the same door you tried to access earlier with no luck. There is no apparent way to open the door, as you know, but he waves his hand, whispering a single arcane syllable, and the door opens before you. There is a long hallway with 2 offices on one side and an open room with beds on the other. It is reminiscent of another wing, of like a larger medical ward where you would probably keep a number of patients. There is a large swinging door at the very, very end of the hallway. Just through here.
I'm gonna take a readied action, which will, I don't know if that'll hurt my perception, but I'm gonna just say a readied action. Any new space that we come up to, I'm gonna cast shield.
So the fun thing about that is that is actually an exploration activity that you can have. So it's not really a readied action, but what it does is you basically maintain a spell.
Right.
As you're moving through, you maintain that spell. Now, it means that you're concentrating, so you can't really partake in any other activities that are going
Right.
on. However, if something happens, you will have shield. Like, shield will just be. Shield
Right.
will be.
Shield will be.
But you're focused on that, leaving your companions to do anything else that they want to do. So while you're exploring these halls, you can take those exploration actions like just scouting or searching or constantly detecting magic, so you can notice any new auras, anything like that. I believe that Sly even has a chart of actions that you can take.
I do. I have them.
That what I provided way back yon. So if there's anything in particular you want to be doing, such as Quentin is.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm usually searching.
Searching? Okay, so you're basically just keeping an eye on everything, making sure if there's anything out of the ordinary, you will spot it first.
I just want to peek my head into that little medical office.
You want to? You're just going. So there's the two offices that are closed, but then there is a larger space. There's actually a window you can sort of see into. Peeking in there, it looks like there's a couple rows of cots. There are some curtains that are currently all drawn back, like there's nothing that's hidden from you in that space. There are some more medical tools lying about. It does look like the room is in a bit of disarray. Like things are kind of scattered. There's like a small table that is tipped over with a whole bunch of like jars of fluid that have all spilled out everywhere. But you don't see anything like there's nothing else in there that you notice just passing by. Sly, you sort of on the lookout, searching about. You quickly spot as she's looking over in the sort of triage center, if that's what it is. You notice a name that you recognize on one of the office doors, because it is a name of a woman you unfortunately found in the stairwell. It is marked Dr. Besmerton.
Olive.
I'll mention to everyone. I was like, that was the doctor's office, the one that we found. Mr. Gage, Dr. Gage, were there many magic users here with a familiar that could have gone awry?
Some people had familiars, others preferred homunculi, but there was neither a requirement of the position, nor was it banned from here. They were very useful to have about.
We found this poor doctor, and the poor creature connected to her had gone mad after her death.
How did you find her? What state was she in? I know dead, but tell me more about that.
She looked cut up. The creature was jumping on her from time to time. Originally we thought maybe it had done it, but she was on her way out. She had made it through the display room, as it were.
She'd been bleeding for some time, though.
Yes. Looked like she was trying to head upstairs.
I'm sure. We're going to need to be very careful.
Is there something we should know?
Yes, there is something you should know. We're going to need to be very careful.
If we're walking straight into danger, it'd be nice if you could tell us what we're going to encounter so we can be prepared.
There's danger all around us. Could be more zombies. Could be anything else created by the wild fluxes of magic. I don't know. Also, there were projects that I was not privy to and fully up to date on. An organization like this sometimes compartmentalizes for its own protection, for necessity. So I can't tell you exactly what to expect, except that I know that I'm not currently aware of the exact nature of the project that Dr. Besmerton was working on. And if something happened to her, it's just good to be careful.
Promising.
While we continue to walk, and try to find a moment to sort of whisper to Odalie. Hey, Lucky?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that?
Feel what?
Just feels weird. Just feel power that I don't know that I've ever felt, and I don't know that I've not felt it. But it's everywhere and it's nowhere.
Is this what happened earlier?
Maybe that's what started it, but I just feel... It's weird. I feel different, but almost like I'm who I should be for the first time. You don't feel that?
I mean, I guess not to the extent that you are.
Okay.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I think I am, but it's just different. It's new. I think it's not good. The city is in a bad state, but I feel so much that I didn't feel before. Almost like something new's been opened.
Well, you just let me know if that feeling changes.
Yeah. Of course.
Feeling may have something to do with subtle shifts in the way fate is affecting everybody, because we do have a draw from John Goodman.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But he has not given it to anyone specifically. He has said that everybody at the table needs to roll off. Highest number on the die gets the draw.
Oh boy.
Can
Here we
you
go,
use your
here we go,
cards
here we
to?
No, you can't boost your...
It ain't me.
Oh, not me.
Baby.
Maybe.
Oh,
Probably
whoa,
not.
Whoa.
You
Oh.
All right.
did. You had
Nat
an
20.
18.
Nat 20.
Man.
Well, then
Oh,
that's
you moved
all
it.
right.
You
I
moved
did.
it. Yeah. It was a 20.
Uh-huh.
Nat 20 for Grace means that she's getting the card.
Yeah.
Well, oh,
I got it halfway across the table. You have to do the rest.
almost. There it is. It looks like we also had some sinks coming in for all the players and an edge to Jim,
Fantastic.
which is great.
So, is there anything else that you wanted to check out while you were there in that space before you moved on? We've got Dr. Besmerton's office. There's another office with a name that you don't recognize. There is you can spend some time actually looking more closely in the triage center if you want. Though at a first glance, it didn't look like there was much to find there. Or there's the swinging double doors, almost
Yeah.
like saloon-style doors at the very... Or no, sorry, no. Not saloon-style doors. They're swinging doors, but they're full-length doors at the very far end of the hallway, so...
I'd be making my way toward the doors and
Okay,
telling everyone,
sure.
make haste.
Yeah, Oatley is going to be on the heels of Dr. Gage the entire time. Mechanically, she'll be following the expert,
Sure.
but I think at the same time, keeping an ear out for everyone else, she's kind of like, just wanted to say, I really appreciated all your work while you were at the towers. It was really intriguing when you actually left a couple years ago and came over here.
Calm down a moment. He's like standing in front of... He actually turns around. You can see him focusing just a moment, and actually... You can tell he is concentrating and casting a spell under his breath as he's doing it. He's looking around. He keeps looking at that door, and then he turns around. He's like, probably nothing. All right. What were you saying?
Do I recognize the spell that he's casting?
No, you can tell that he was casting a spell, but it was so
quick.
quick and under you didn't quite catch what it was that he was doing.
I was just saying, I really appreciate your work. Is there something we need to know?
Probably nothing.
Probably. Hey, y'all, it was probably nothing. Don't worry about it at all.
Which door was it?
What? What was nothing?
What are you not telling us?
Nothing. It was just ambient magic in the area. It happens around here all the time.
I'm just sort of standing in the back, and suddenly I have an apple in my hand. Just
Could have maybe picked a quieter snack when we're maybe done.
Quinn, we've talked about this. There's no eating while on the job.
Well, it's quite important to get your nutrients.
I'm really
so
hungry.
I suppose it's good.
Okay.
But yeah, bad timing.
Was it for me? Was the talking about the doors were heading towards the double ones or one of the office?
And
doors?
he just sort of stopped in the middle of the hallway.
okay.
He was looking all around.
Gotcha, okay.
Like he was just sort of like scanning the area. It's something that you've actually seen
Yeah.
Oatley do. Everyone
Yeah.
or
When they're
Brendan do every
detecting
once in a
magic.
while.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Then I...
But then he just kind of shrugs it off and moves on.
All right.
I was just saying, I really loved your work. If you'd like to keep, actually, if I can bother you, quickly, I'd love to, and she'll like pull out a scrap piece of paper and a quill and offer it to him, if you wouldn't mind.
Do you want me to give you an autograph?
If it's not a problem, sir, I just really like your work. I've been a fan, if you don't mind.
I'm ahead. Do I see this?
If you die before...
Make a diplomacy check.
So cute.
Diplomacy, you say?
How big is this apple?
What's a big?
Ooh, got a natural 20.
Oh!
She's getting an autograph.
25!
I don't understand what is happening here, and this is highly unprofessional. But you know what? The whole world's gone to hell, so just give me that. He takes the scrap of paper and he writes his name on it, hands it back to you. Yes! Because I just do not understand what is happening here.
Autograph of Dr. Gage. Don't worry, it's going with my prized possessions. Okay.
You push through the doors at the end of the hallway and find a room that smells intensely of formaldehyde. Several long metal tables are scattered about the room. You see large jars of preservative fluids and medical tools scattered across the floor. It looks like a morgue. Appropriately, as you're looking about, you see a pool of dark blood in the corner. As you move to get a better view, you can see the shredded remains of a man who looks like he was very recently torn open.
Hold on, everyone. There's something up here. I grab the apple from him and I chuck it.
Rolled a hit. Whatever you threw it towards.
Quentin reaches into his pouch and
Oh, God.
pulls out some nuts.
Quentin! Later.
There's obviously something here. We all have to remain focused.
Oh, good. I'm just hungry.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer to the doctor and just have my sword out. I'm probably like on his right side, like kind of covering him as much as possible.
This might be a dumb question, but that's not one you were working on, right? That's like someone who maybe worked here and then just got shredded.
No. No, that is not somebody that we were working on. It looks to be somebody who worked here.
Whoa. Medicine check without really going to inspect the body, but just trying to see, because it feels like the group is moving kind of away from this body and not really interested in going to go up to it. So I'm not going to peel off from the party to do that.
Yeah.
But I just want to kind of like,
Okay.
what could do that?
Sure, it'll increase the DC, but it's certainly something you can do.
Probably not great. And I got a little smirk from Katie Wilson on it. 12 is the total.
12 total. Yeah, I mean, you feel like if you could stop and examine the body, you might know a little bit more. But as you're like just glancing at it as you're passing by, you're like, you just don't have time for that.
Yeah, I even say out loud, I'm like, I don't know what could do that to a human body.
Across the room, Dr. Gage points out a door. It says, "Raising chambers do not enter when ritual in progress." We need to go through there.
Is the
What is-
ritual in progress?
I don't imagine that at this point anybody is still doing much of anything.
What was the ritual?
The rituals where we would typically bring a preserved body, we would raise it as a zombie, assume control of it, put it out on display.
One at a time.
My thoughts exactly.
Most of the time, one at a time, yes.
But when it wasn't one at a time.
If we had there are other raising chambers. Each raising chamber services one body at a time.
Ah, all right.
This wing of the labs has this one.
How many necromancers does it take to raise a body and take control of it?
A skilled necromancer can do it on their own for something as simple as a zombie. We typically worked in teams of 3 for safety and for efficiency's sake. Failing can cost not only danger, but valuable resources.
So worst case scenario right now, possibly 4. We ready?
Just point of clarification. You said that this is just one chamber, so this would have had 3 necromancers in it
That's correct.
and 1 zombie. In theory.
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
4 on 5, that's not bad odds. Let's go.
I pull out my great axe.
Yeah,
Ready.
I will get behind her and pull out my bow and essentially ready to shoot past her if need.
Just because I know you got 2 bows, which one do you
I'll
want?
do the longbow.
Longbow, okay.
My
Everyone,
rapier's out, I'm by him.
remain quiet. I look at
You
Quinn.
hear crunch, crunch.
I just very loudly swallow.
He looks around and goes, gulp!
I would continue casting shield.
Sure, yeah.
But his hands are kind of darting back and forth, and some strange energy is coursing through them.
There's, for Sly's clarification, he's looking for the best spot if all of a sudden we're overrun to back up to. This room has the doors we came in and the door we're about to go through, and no other doors leading
That's
out.
correct.
Okay.
It's one way
One way in, one way
one-way
out.
route, one-way ticket.
Great.
Quinn, Odalie, can you keep him safe?
I'll do my best. And she'll ready forbidding ward.
Okay.
Darnell, I need you to stick near Odalie and Quindon. Let us handle the danger, but we need to bring you back safe.
Yeah, we usually let them go first. They're the meat shields.
Thanks.
What?
That's a kind way of putting it.
I don't mind. I go through the door.
I'll
Someone's
kind
got
of
it.
like look at the 2 of them and say, and go, I'll follow her since
Okay.
they are guarding him.
I'll look at Odalie, because this is not the first time we've been in this situation, and I look at her and I kind of give her a little smirk, and I start looking towards the back, which is a normal tactic that we take, which is when we're in the back, I tend to look that way,
Keep
make sure we
an
don't
eye
get...
on the rear. As the cop pushes through the door, you find yourself in a chamber that is built quite a bit like a large bowl. On the bottom of the bowl is a stone table carved with arcane symbols. Atop it lies a body in quiet repose. 2 robed figures lie crushed under fallen stone from the ceiling, close to where you enter, perhaps killed while fleeing when the tremors hit. What you notice immediately is that you recognize the body that's on the slab. Because it's Tass Callum,
What?
lying still and pale and cold.
Quick question. Where did you normally get the bodies?
We would have people, corpse runners, bring them in.
We saw him a week ago?
Did we all go in?
We saw him the night
assume.
before. The night
If you all want to be in, you can.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
You're in. Yeah.
Wasn't there a week of time in between the delivery that we
7.
made and this
That's
explosion?
correct.
Ah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
6
it's been a
days.
week since we saw him. I had not heard that something had befell.
Is this somebody that you knew?
Yes. It was a job. The
That's-
previous job.
Is there like a medical chart that goes with these bodies?
There looks like a small table that would have had some tools on it has been knocked over, and you see a couple scattered documents lying on the floor.
I will probably be distracted enough by those to stop concentrating on
Okay.
shield and reach down and try to read over those.
Sure.
Come on.
And in the meantime,
Oh.
just want to say thanks, please.
As he does that, I'll
Well,
see the gap in protection.
He moves forward
Oh,
to
okay.
bends down, grabs the documents,
Mhm.
and as he's gathering them up and looking over them, you see Tass's hand begin to twitch once, twice, and then he sits bolt upright
Quinn?
and looks down with cold, filmy eyes towards Quindon, and everybody can roll initiative.
Oh
Somersault to save Quinn. Somersault to save Quinn.
Somersault immediately.
I rolled infinity.
You can't roll infinity.
Check the dice cam. It says infinity. Look at that. It says infinity.
Oh, I
think-
see what you did.
Yep.
Zakat.
14.
14 for Zakat. Not terrible. Quindon.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20,
Ooh.
pretty good.
Run
Quick
away.
on your feet, even for being distracted. Grace.
12.
12 for old Grace. You're in a plastic bag. I don't know why, but you are.
Ah.
Whoa!
I gotta get you out of the
It's
plastic
either
bag.
special treatment or you're in trouble.
Yeah, one of the two
It's a
things.
Eric's like,
statement on
her
the-
hair
on
was
the
a lot.
And you said 22?
Sea oceans.
12.
12.
For
I don't know why.
yes.
I feel like I was way off.
Let's go with 22. I'm fine with that.
Whatever you heard, Jim.
Message in a bottle.
14 for me as well, but I believe I have the higher modifier.
All right,
fine.
and then Odalie.
With follow the expert, I don't get any bonus.
No.
So that's a 13.
13. Of course you got a 13. Of course you did. There we go.
And
Wait,
there's
no, I did
Draven.
it wrong.
Ooh, Draven!
Draven is here for all to see. Eric made certain that we would have accurate representations of your characters. Quindon,
God.
there is a corpse that is sat up and is looking at you, and you know that it's not about to give you a pat on the head and tell you
Whoa.
good job.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Quindon kind of shoves the papers and hits it with a divine lance.
A divine
and-
lance.
And
Lance.
retreats back to
A lance, you say?
retreats back into his spot in the party.
Sure.
like he goes like and then sort of like pushes past Zakat and everybody back into the.
Absolutely. So, that'll be a spell attack.
Great, that's what it will be. Here we go. 16.
That is a hit.
Yes! And I believe, because I've got my spells now and I know what these things do, I do 1d4. Well, that's a tiny d4. I'm going to roll it. And there we go. Oh, that's a horrible leaner. 3 on the die, plus, I believe, my spellcasting modifier, so that's 7 total points of
7
damage.
points of
That's
damage.
chaos damage.
Divine Lance goes, explodes against its shoulder as it's just trying to like stumble to its feet to kill you. Then you scamper back to be with the party. So there's 2 actions, then 1 move, making it Sly's turn.
I mean, he doesn't have any weapons or anything, does
It's
he?
just a body. Yeah.
I'm going to run. I don't like the idea of killing this guy that we just helped. Even though he's already dead.
He's dead.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna run up to him. That would be 1 move to get to him.
1 move to get to him, yeah.
I would like to try to grapple him.
Grapple him. Okay.
Yeah.
That is going to be. You can make an attack roll or an athletics check, depending on which is higher for you.
I would
And
make
then
an
if you
attack
beat
roll.
his DC, you will have grappled him. Grappled.
Grappled?
Grappled. You grapple him.
We
If you
grapple
want
on
to
dragons
grapple
and things.
him, there's a different check
Grapple.
that you have to make.
Come on, dice. Okay. Soft 20 once you roll 13 on the dice.
That's gonna do it. You grab onto him. He is restrained now and flat-footed. That was
that
2
was
actions.
2.
So
You
you've got
grappled
another
him.
one.
Yeah, I would like to yell because I don't think I can like grab rope while he's grappled, right? It's
No,
he's
you would
right-
need a free hand to do that. You've
I'm
got
just gonna
both-
say,
yeah.
Zakat, tie him down.
Zakai, it's your turn.
I will run forward
That's an action.
and I will attempt to. I'll help Sly tie him down.
Very important question. Do you drop your great axe?
Ah!
Or do you put it away?
Good question. I put it away.
You put it away, so that's another action.
And
so
then
it's 1, 2.
and then I will try
you
to
grab the rope from
I've
Sly.
got it on my pack
yeah,
still
you
because I
grab
had
the rope.
everything.
So there's your 3 actions.
Mm-hmm.
You're ready to tie him up next round. Odalie.
First, Odalie is going to try to figure out if Tass is just a normal zombie, if there's something different about him.
Sure. Make
Um,
an occultism check.
I like
I'll
that.
allow
Occultism. Well, not super great on the dice, but 13 total.
13. As far as you can tell, zombie. Nothing else you can tell about him, whether it's
Okay.
something different or, yeah, you have no idea.
Then with the rest of her actions, Odalie will just cast Forbidding Ward on Dr. Gage.
Tell me about Forbidding Ward and what's going to happen.
Forbidding Ward. Yep. It wards the ally against attacks and hostile spells from the target enemy.
Okay.
The ally gains a +1 AC bonus and +1 to saving throws against attacks, spells, and other effects.
Alrighty.
That'd be nice.
+1 to AC, +1 to saves. Pretty good. Good use of the spell. It's a 2-action spell.
Yes.
So recalling knowledge, then 2 actions, takes us to Grace.
All right. So, I mean, if everyone's pretty close to him, so I want to, I guess, drop my bow as well.
Okay.
And go over and touch and like grab his arm.
Okay.
And use the actual chill touch, like I explained it last time. It's sort of like darkness. It's like I'm pulling it into my arms and then transferring it to him. And for undead creature, the target is flat-footed for 1 round on a failed fortitude save.
Dang. So I gotta make a fortitude save
Get him.
against Chill Touch.
Someone wanna sync up?
Yeah, I'll sync it.
With a sync on it.
Ooh, put that sync on it.
Oh my gosh, natural 1, so that's a critical failure.
On a critical failure, the target is also fleeing for 1 round, unless it succeeds on a will save.
Oh no.
Unless it's a
Wait,
will
is it
save
gonna
or
take us
flee.
with it?
let it
That is
succeed.
a 16 on the die. What's your spell DC?
For this one, so it has ability bonus charisma 12, since it's a little different. It's my arcane tattoos. Is that what that would?
Yeah, I
That's
think
what it is.
whatever DC it tells you
Okay.
you can apply. I assume that it did it correctly.
Okay.
So it's not gonna be fleeing, but it is flat-footed. It's definitely affected by the spell. It is flat-footed. Yikes. Now we go to the top of round 2. Gwendon's thinking, I bet it's my turn. I bet I get to do something. But what he doesn't know about
I do
is
know
the
about it.
horrible creature that comes darting out of the darkness right for Odalie.
Don't hit me like that, Jim.
You hear Odalie this sound.
I sync
And
it.
a horrible gray-skinned creature.
got
She
some.
sinks you.
You got some.
Oh, I got sync on it. Fine.
Oh.
Horrible gray-skinned creature in long black robes, much like the robes that you see on the figures crushed under the rubble, comes darting out of the darkness.
That's the third.
Claws, teeth,
Can I also use my card?
flash. Good
That-
lord, what's happening?
Give us these tools, Jim.
We're not even. You just wanted to keep describing it. You gave us time.
This, I believe, reduces the target's d20 roll by the number.
Yeah,
So
so that
two.
would be 2. So
Two
that
more.
means I'm taking an attack against Odalie at a -3. Cool.
Yeah.
So it comes out of the darkness.
Turn that in.
I don't know. It's not doing very well, though.
I mean, it's terrifying.
It
I
is
am still
terrifying.
scared.
That's the important thing. It's terrifying. It's going to lash out at you with the claw, and it will. It's a
What'd you
critical
roll?
failure. So it comes darting out of the darkness, just right over your head. Both claws come swiping over your head, but it's right there. It's scary. I'm going to
It's
maintain
scary.
that. It's scary, okay? It's very scary.
I'm very, very scared.
But the scarier part is that immediately after it goes, then you hear this sound.
No.
And Quindon, you look down at your feet and see this weird skeletal crawling hand that leaps up towards your face and tries
Why is
to
it always
claw
my
you.
face and hair and
I
head?
don't know. I just don't like it.
Better than my hands.
What? What?
That's gonna be a 9 against your DC.
I do avoid a 9.
You do avoid a 9.
Good work.
So those were moves, those were attacks. There are now 2 more creatures on the field, and it is Quindon's turn.
Fight the hand.
Quindon is not really happy with this whole situation. He sees that Odalie is backed up against the wall.
Mhm.
He's got this skeletal hand. She just says, "No, no, no, go away!" And he goes and heal bursts all around,
Heal
casting
bursts.
positive energy.
All around. I don't know I actually don't know. If you are intending to damage the undead, if that is an effect that particular spell does anymore.
You channel positive energy, heal living, or damage the undead.
Okay, great. If it says that, then I believe it. Let's roll saves, I assume.
Yeah, I believe you get a basic fortitude save.
That sounds
That's what
about
it
right.
says.
So that is
Does it go against my DC or no?
Yeah, it's a basic save against your spell DC. So
I'm gonna put a card on you there, big guy.
Ooh.
which card is that?
Oh, the negative 4.
Which
That's a 4 of spades, which gives you a 4 to your D20.
yes,
negative
there are 3 creatures rolling a save.
Well,
so.
for the first one, I'm gonna do that. For the second one, I'm gonna use my sink.
Just pick a target. You've got a nasty undead creature trying to claw her. You've got the hand, and you've got Tat's Callum.
The 4 I'm gonna give against the one that's attacking Odily.
Okay.
Negative 4, and the negative 1 for the sink that I'm
Yes.
putting on it is gonna go against the hand coming after me.
All right. So, the hand has a.
Jim's like, it definitely has a fortitude save.
It has a 12 total.
Okay, that does not beat my 17.
Okay, so it is going to take full damage. The creature that is fighting old Odily has a 22 minus 4, 18.
That beats me by 1.
Okay, so that is just going to be half damage against that guy, and then old Taz Callum, who's just going to make a straight up save. Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Nope, that's not going to do it. That's a 9 total. So full damage to Tass, full damage.
I believe this is just
to
1d8.
hand.
I believe.
That is correct.
Ooh.
Okay, it is a 7 on the die.
7 on the die.
So that is, that's 7 to 2 of them and 4. We round up. Is that correct?
That is correct. We round up.
So 4 damage to the
that
hand.
creature, 7 damage to the hand, 7 damage to Tass Callum. The positive energy just starts blasting away chunks of these undead creatures, as they are all indeed undead creatures. Sly.
Yes.
Oh, you've got more.
No, I don't. Just a mechanics question. Can that also heal anybody that is damaged?
I think so.
Okay, so if anybody was damaged, you take 7. So what's his face? Gage.
What's-his-face
He just got 7 more hit
is
points.
Feeling a little bit better than he was before.
You should mark that down, Jim.
I'll mark it down.
Win.
What do you got, Sly?
I still don't want to kill Tass, but those two aren't great. So I'm going to. Is there any way that I can just like double my efforts to make sure he doesn't get out? Do I have to make another save to keep?
Well, if you
grappling?
want to maintain grabbing onto this guy, you need to make a check to maintain that, and
Okay.
then after that, you can do whatever else you want to do.
Okay.
But you can't. There's no way to like. Well, you could try to pin him, I guess. Instead, like I'm pretty sure. I haven't explored grappling as much as I should, I guess, have in Pathfinder 2e. But you need to
thought
at
we
least,
were
at
just
the very
gonna
least,
kill
you need to
him.
make an athletics check to maintain grapple.
All right, athletics check to maintain, not with the attack like last time. Just athletics.
It could be an attack. It's either one. It's either one, whichever you like.
That is 18 total. 11 on the die, plus my 7 attack bonus.
That's gonna do it. You got him in your grip. You can, but you have at least 1 free hand. So yeah, you can if you have a light weapon or something. You could try to stab him if you wanted to, but it doesn't seem like you want him to be stabbed.
I don't really want to
So
stab
you're
him.
just kind of holding on to him.
But I'm gonna say to Zakar, go help them. I still don't think we should kill him. So I'm just gonna be back here holding him down.
Just hold him down, which does make it your turn, Zakah.
I think immediately once this creature was going for Odily, I would drop the rope immediately. And I would look over and I'd say, Odily. And I'd rush over there.
Okay.
How far away are they from me?
I mean, you guys we're all within
Close.
1 stride
Great.
of everything. So dropping is actually a free action. You get up to Odily.
Draw my sword. I mean, my
2
great
actions.
axe.
Where'd you get a sword?
I know, I was like, guys. Sorry,
All
great
of them.
axe.
One of each.
Shoot.
Yeah, 1 action left.
Hold on. Wait. Okay. Did this out of order. I did this out of order. Okay,
Okay.
no, it's fine. I get up to this creature
Yes.
with my great axe, and I say, "With the spear," and then that's it.
And then you
And then you gotta wait.
Then you
Till
get
next
mad
time.
about it. Then you're like, oh, I did it in the wrong order. And you get really.
But then you gotta wait.
After that, we go to Odely's turn.
Cool. Real quick, around me on the battlefield, I have Gage next to me.
Gage is next to you. Quindon's pretty close to you. He's also got another weird little creature that's trying to like grab his ankles and claw him to shreds.
Right, and then the zombified necromancer
Yes.
had run up to me. Is there a way I could... Okay. Odalie is gonna start laughing.
Okay.
She... one might say cackles a little bit to sustain the forbidding ward on Gage.
Ah, very neat.
And then she will lift her left hand and use something she got the last time she saw Tass and use it against the zombified necromancer, the Pusher's Ring.
Nice. The Pusher's Ring.
Ooh!
Nice. All right. So I believe that is a Fortitude save?
Fortitude save.
All right. As this blast of energy comes ripping out of the ring, that is a total of 13.
Sink.
Can he sink you?
I mean, typically you sink before the roll.
Well, then 13 matches.
13 matches. Is there any effect for a... 'cause usually-
Success. Target gets pushed 5 feet.
All right, so he just gets blasted away from you 5 feet. Not prone or anything, but he is knocked backwards a bit. So it still does have some...
Do I also go with that?
No, you don't go with it. It's
Okay.
only on the target. One
Got it.
target. That was one action, correct?
No, that was Cackle was 1 and the Pusher's Ring was 2.
There's 2 actions for the ring, so we go to Grace.
Okay. So how far is this hand thing away from where I'm at?
A single stride.
Okay. So I want to walk over there. I want to pull my rapier, my cutlass,
Sure.
and just kind of take it and try to slam it down.
Try to slam it down.
Yes.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
All right. Ooh. That is 15 plus 8 is 23.
Yeah.
Yes, 23.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, no, I read that wrong. Okay, 1d6.
Oh!
6 plus 1, 7.
You
Damage.
crunch these bones into shards, and the whole thing just like splats. There's this weird like splatting sound. Even you expect it to just be like bone dry and dusty, but it's very wet, and there's this like as ichor just spills out underneath it. But it doesn't move again, which is the important part.
There you go, Quindon.
That was awesome.
It is now old buddy Tass's turn.
Why is everyone old today?
I don't know. Leave me alone. Tass doesn't like being grabbed. Doesn't like being grappled. So he just opens his jaw real wide and lunges for Sly's neck, trying to tear the flesh from his bones. But before we find out how that resolves, let's take a little break and talk to the fans.
Why would we stop
Let's break and talk to the fans.
Wow,
I want to know
Jim.
what the comments are like.
Wow.
Wow.
Let's do
Wowza.
some chat.
Holy
Okay, well,
cow.
first off, I really want to say thank you so much to Sarah BC1 because she gave me an overcharge, which I'm so excited to use.
Yeah.
You do
Super
enough
soon.
damage.
Thanks, girl.
Sarah BC1 also gave me a mercy.
But it's less cool.
That,
I mean,
it's very cool.
it's very cool.
The coolest.
It's almost as cool as Tyrex99 giving Adam and myself an edge.
Whoa.
So,
Well, you know what?
but
We also got some Bitbox Battle Boss rerolls going on. Well,
yeah,
they're not
there's not
rerolls. I'm
hero
sorry, they're hero
points.
points.
Hero points.
Yeah,
Hero
there's not
points.
hero points.
I got a hero point. Sly got a hero point.
oh, thank you,
And
boss.
Grace got a hero point.
Thank you.
And those came in from Sarah BC1 gave you yours, Grace. I Am for Life gave me mine, so thank you so much.
that's so
And Sly, yours came from Voss.
Yes, thank you, boss. This
I think
is
Thank
Sarah
you.
BC1 also gave me that sink earlier, which came in very
Which
handy.
was very nice. It's really great when we just start stacking cards and sinks all up on
I
our
love it.
rolls.
Let's get to some comments though. We got so many of them. So Barrier 75 wants to remind us. So guys, don't blow up the city tonight. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, so good. I
No
think.
promises.
Be not blown up.
For now.
It's Lucas Martinez said, this is referring to when I was looking around, searching. He said, Zaka, I didn't find anything. No axes here.
Nope. That's all you're looking for.
And Real POTUS 98 referring to when I called you out on it. Bro, you were eating rainbow ash this morning.
I saw that comment come in and I was dying laughing.
Sack Attack 77, new campaign, new character, personality. Marcus believed he could never do anything wrong. Quinn takes ownership of his faults. I did a thing.
That's called growth.
Oh no, Philippe Galiza missed the first hour because of daylight savings time. No, so sorry. I know it's weird that we do that. I don't
like it.
I don't.
I want it to go away.
Boss says take their hands, Jim.
Take the hands.
The T-Boy says, good evening, everyone. I arrived just in time for the battle. Hello, the T-Boys. Thank you for joining us.
Ooh.
DaT Storian saying, I can totally see Odley ending up with the scrapbook of signatures like you get from the Disney characters. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
Characters
yeah,
would be
that's
there.
great. That would be great.
We got cheers from DaT Story and Sarah BC1. I'm in for life. Jay Womack. We got subs from Real POTUS, gifting subs to Firewolf 411 and Rav Bunny and Lolo Birdie. And Dwinethor and Voss have both subbed as well.
And Silent H over here. A great axe is awful heavy. It probably needs a special holster or something. Probably takes like 2 actions to equip it. Don't you think, Jim Jam?
Good point.
Maybe even 3.
It's probably a 3 action.
No!
Yeah.
And then putting it away too, because you gotta like strap it in.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
Silent H? No.
But you'll never lose it. Do we get
Anyway,
those follows?
I
Do we
think-
get?
Oh,
Yeah.
We're out of time. We're out of time.
We're out of
Next
time.
time. Next
That-
time.
We got more
most
DaT
time.
chat coming up. For
DaT
now,
chat?
it's time to bite. It's time for biting.
Is it, Jim?
I
That doesn't
don't
sound right.
like that at all.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
You
Also
are
not-
currently flat-footed.
I
because
am?
You are
Yeah.
grappling.
What?
Yeah, both the grapplee and the
I feel
grappler
like, are
are
we picturing
flat-footed.
me just grappling him like I'm hugging him? Like,
Yes, that's exactly
Like,
what
You
I'm
just
saying.
have him.
More
Do you have his shirt by the? He's just holding you like, ew, no.
yeah, that's
No,
how I was
no,
doing it. I was
no, no,
rolling
no.
so well that it
He's
worked.
got the hand on the forehead, just like.
Yeah.
I was with you because I was picturing like rope around you holding one end from like 6 feet away and me holding the
Yeah,
other
but the rope.
end.
And ropes are rigid,
tied
yeah.
I
around.
thought you had like bear hug from the back.
Yeah, that's
I'm biting. I don't know what you guys
Sink.
did.
Good game.
Okay, I'll allow it because you don't know the result yet. So we'll allow the sync. I will tell you that with the sync, that is a 16.
Nope.
Ooh!
With flat-footed,
Oh
this is
wait.
minus 2 to your AC.
Oh shoot. Tie goes to the runner.
Tie goes
Minus
to
2.
me.
Forgot about that. Minus 2.
Next time you should get 2 extra zombie arms and use those. So just hold on to those. Use those for
That
grappling.
is going to be 6 points of piercing damage as he just sinks his teeth right into your shoulder and starts gnawing on your flesh.
And that's probably fine, and there's no long-lasting repercussions.
There
from
are
that.
probably no issues to be worried about.
Cool.
That was just the one action.
One of my greatest.
So he's going to try to bite again. He's got 3 of them.
God.
He's going to try to
This
bite
is at a
again.
minus
This
5,
is a minus
though.
5. No, minus 4. Natural weapons are agile.
Oh.
Darn those weapons.
This is unnatural, Jim.
That is an 18 to hit as he just rears back and
With a
bites
minus-
again.
I mean, really.
4 more points of damage.
Okay.
Oh.
Take it as a compliment. You must taste good.
Then he's gonna bite again at a minus 8.
Kick him in the face.
Minus 8 to this bite.
I don't want to save Tass anymore.
That is a critical failure.
He bites
Absolutely,
himself
absolutely
and
does
is
not
dead.
bite you on the third one. To take us to the next round. Now, my little crawly hand is gone. Let's all take a moment to mourn the little crawly hand.
Nah.
But
The
I
other
recall,
hand
we've got a ghoul on the field who's just gonna take 3 attack actions against Scott.
Oh.
So, attack number 1 is gonna be
Sink.
a claw. Attack number 1 is gonna be a bite. Actually, we're gonna do the old bite. And whoa, it was almost a nat 20. But it's not. You're lucky. 23, except 22 because of the sync.
Oh, yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch.
The bite is coming in. That's 7 points of piercing damage. And... Oh, you're not feeling good.
Oh no, Jim!
I need you to make a fortitude save.
The control room currently is yelling from up there.
I don't know what they're yelling about. Oh god. I hate everyone here. I quit. Oh, what was that, a fortitude save?
It's a fortitude save.
It's an infinity.
There's a.
14.
Yeah.
You can re-roll it.
Oh, but then
But if you take one, then he gets a dark
Oh, that's
fate.
true.
And he's gonna use it for your hands.
Roll it.
Aww.
Or an axe.
I don't
Very
like
good.
that.
You know what? No. I'll take it. Give it, Jim. Give it to
Well,
Jim.
you're paralyzed.
Ah!
All of your limbs seize up as you are paralyzed by the bite.
That could be cool. That could
Yeah, it's probably fine. It's probably no big deal at all. I also need you to make another fortitude save.
Oh my.
Is everyone laughing upstairs? Okay. What else do I have here to help me? Nothing.
There's nothing that can help you.
Oh, I cracked it.
Oh no. Well, let's say this. You
Can I use one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yes.
Okay. I use one.
Dark fate token.
It's because I'm rolling right-handed now. I was so used to rolling left-handed. I blame you.
I'm excited to roll right-handed
Hold on.
tonight.
I got it.
Try it.
Better. Okay. I can do math. 21.
You're just paralyzed.
Yay! Hooray!
Well, that was attack number 1. I've got 2 claws coming in. And I can hear the controller is loving it.
You don't have another sync.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you just got one.
Got one.
She got one from Dark
Thanks,
Knight.
Dark Knight.
That sync might have helped you. Remember, you're paralyzed, so adjust your AC accordingly. That is going to be a 14 to hit on your...
You have the card right there, don't you?
Right here.
Oh, you already got it. Hold on. let's get
You don't
my
hit.
bucks.
I don't
You
hit.
don't hit.
Even paralyzed can't get you. Might as well throw in the old claw. You know what? No. He's not going to throw in the claw. He's actually going to back away. He's going to
You
back
said
away.
it, so it's happening.
Towards old Sly.
Why?
He sees you got the zombie grappled. He's going to come try. He knows he's got you under control. He's coming after you next. He's a smart cookie. It is Quinden's turn. You see Zakai is just suddenly frozen completely in place.
First thing I do is I shield myself.
Shield yourself.
That's the first thing I do. And the next thing I do is I am going to cast another Divine Lance
Divine Law.
Hello.
at the retreating ghoul.
Okay.
Or the
Divine Lance to
repositioning
Ghoul. That is a
rule.
spell attack.
Nat 20.
Oh! Reroll it.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh!
Reroll it. Thank you, Zakai.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
I don't like those.
Sorry. Sorry.
I'm going to use my hero point and reroll. That's kind of a leaner, but I'll say it's a 10.
A 10.
So 17 total.
17 is a hit.
I accept. All right. I will do 1d4 plus 4. That's 4 on the die. Plus 4 is 8
Points.
chaos damage.
Pretty good. See a chunk of this thing's rotting flesh just blast away from the body.
Oh, you're the worst.
I am the worst. It's Sly's turn.
Me again, lovely.
You're grappling this dude, but somebody else is right behind you.
This guy that I'm holding,
Yep.
is a rapier light enough to have been holding it while I was doing all of
I
this?
mean, did you have
It's
a
one
rapier?
hit. Yeah, I was.
When you're good?
From the last session, I was always
Yeah.
like, as we were going through the hallways. So is there a way to like stab him?
Oh yeah, you can stab the guy that you're grappling. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I guess I have to roll to do that.
You do got to roll to do that.
Leaner?
Yeah.
It's a leaner.
Yeah. We're calling it lean. Come on. Well, let's
That's worse than the leaner.
11 on the naked zombie guy
That's
on the
not gonna
table.
do
That's
it.
flat-footed.
It is flat-footed. Actually, that will do it because he's flat-footed.
Yes!
because he's
Use the rules
grappled. You got
against
me
you.
on. You got me on a technicality.
Aha! Technicality. Okay.
Yeah.
Boom. That is 7 damage with
Wow.
the rapier.
You actually skewer him right through his head as he's coming down for another bite. You just skewer him right through the back of his head, rip the blade out, and he just goes limp in your hands.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. Let me just double check. Do I get panache for super awesome kills? I don't think I do. So I'm going to turn around because I hear a gnashing of teeth.
You do.
From my time reading the Bible, that's bad. So
Yeah.
I would like to.
That's something you picked up from the good book.
Yeah, I use that right there. So I am going to feint first because I still have 2 actions.
You sure do.
So I'm going to feint.
Is that against my perception DC?
That is, I believe, against your perception DC.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I know what you gotta hit.
Does a 18 plus 8, 26?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is that a critical?
No, it's actually not a critical.
Okay. Well, now that I have the panache,
Ah.
I shall attack again.
Yay.
This is with a -5, yes?
Is fainting an attack action?
No, it is not.
You had to. You were grabbing. You had to grab.
It is a single action.
So in order for Tass to have been grappled, you would have had to
Oh.
use an action to maintain the grab.
Oh,
We'll go ahead and say that happened, even though it didn't.
Okay.
But that would mean that this is your 3rd attack action. Actually, and is fainting an attack action?
So the fainting would have been.
That would have been a 3rd action.
That
for
would
the
have.
grapple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I would have just attacked it.
Okay. You can just attack it.
Okay. Will you keep the 18 that I
That
rolled?
sounds like we gave you way too many passes on the grapple.
What are you talking about? So you're, all right, I guess I'll re-roll
Yeah.
to attack this guy with an edge, Jim. We're gonna add +1, which now makes it a total of a -4. Yes, because a -5.
This is your 3rd attack. So grab it. Holding on is one attack.
Oh, okay. So now it's a
grapple
action.
-9.
So -9.
Yeah, -9. 18 on the die.
Hey, it's the same result.
+7, -9.
So dirty 20? No.
Nope.
No,
Nope,
16.
16.
Other way.
16. That's my AC.
Yeah! Yeah!
Woo, 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 woo.
Can't touch this.
Whoa.
Well, you already did. You bet it. I dropped the 1d6, so let's. Oh no, that one's not as good. But it is 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage.
On the old ghoul, he's not looking happy or very well put together anymore. Zakai, you are paralyzed. At the end of your actions, you get another save against the effect.
What are your actions?
Your actions are to do nothing.
Right.
So you don't get any actions.
That's fine.
Mental
You can think.
Can I move my eyes? Because I'm just picturing her being like Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey when she gets paralyzed temporarily and she's like
Yes,
trying to
you
move.
can move your eyes, but barely.
Can I like
It's canon now. You can move your eyes.
can move my eyes? All right, that's it.
Go ahead and make that fortitude
Oh,
save.
right.
See if you can resist the effects for round 2.
Ooh.
She's going left-handed, everybody.
Do I add my card?
I don't know what your card is.
Yeah, no one has
so-
any idea what your card is, so
Yeah,
you're,
you-
you're really not
I'm
playing
I'm guessing
anything.
it's a
with it.
diamond.
You know what? I'm going to.
Okay.
I will add 4.
Skill checks and attack rolls.
Dang it!
Yep. Saves are for diamonds or for saves.
Diamonds are forever. And saves.
Oh.
Dean Sly's card. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's okay. I'm probably gonna need this in.
This is the longest build up to a roll.
Or attack. Oh, okay, so skill check or
Skill
attack.
checks or
Okay.
attack rolls. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I can move my eyes.
Paralyzed. Still.
no.
I can move my eyes.
Only.
So what Oatley's gonna do? Have you ever seen that meme, Jim, of the little girl creepily smiling in front of the burning house?
Yes, I've seen that one.
That's what I'm seeing
Okay.
as she continues to cackle. And she'll use telekinetic projectile to pick up a piece of rubble and
Fun.
hurl it at the ghoul.
Sure, there is plenty of rubble in this mostly collapsed room. You just find a chunk of stone and whip it with your mind.
Whip it good.
I'm trying. I have an edge. When did that come in?
Ooh.
I will use that edge.
Oh shoot, I do too. Darn.
Who gave me an edge? Thank you, Felipe Galiza. That is very helpful right now. Okay. 14 on the die makes that a 19.
That's a hit.
Oh, okay.
Kinetic projectile.
All right, and some damage from the stone. That is 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. This stone goes whipping through the air. Sly, you can almost feel the claws just burying themselves in your chest as this thing leans forward. It's just rotting breath washing over your face, and then this chunk of stone just caves in the back of its skull. Black, thick, almost congealed blood just goes splattering everywhere, and it just slumps over onto the ground.
That's for saving me last time.
Thank you, Odalie.
Victory.
And you hear,
No.
Victory.
No.
You have defeated the undead.
She still froze.
It's the cut.
She is
Can
still
we talk
frozen,
sad
but
about
moments
this?
later she would overcome such a condition by regain control of your limbs.
That looks uncomfortable.
Ouch.
Well, I hope that we come upon more of this, right? She's gonna look over at the doctor.
Well, that shouldn't have happened. We don't make ghouls here.
Does your magic deal with anything that could have led to that?
What I'm saying is that it's a random occurrence. So when I said be careful, it's because of things like this. We really, really cannot predict what we're going to find as we move forward.
were you the third necromancer in this room?
No, I was not. Could have been. They were short-staffed. Could have been. The guy in the other room was your third. We didn't really stop to get a good look at him.
So the body was the thing that came after us. The body that we walked past, the bloody
No.
torn up thing? No?
No.
We just never even saw the thing that came at
Yeah.
us from behind.
Or actually, no. Sorry. Yeah. I guess. The third, the body could have been the third. He's actually wearing similar robes and clothing to the other two that are crushed under the rubble.
So I'm reading these documents, which I believe you can also read on World Anvil?
Patreon.
Patreon.
You can download those very documents that you're holding in your hand. Patreon.com/DaTDragonShow.
So in regards to Task Callum, he was brought in with another form for a scrum. No one seems to know who that is or where the remains are. There's that per this. The corpse runners, initials PR, were the ones who they brought in the two bodies. But nobody knows where the Scrum body is, if Scrum ever made it into the actual facility. And Callum's remains were delivered with instructions to be animated, but that's not consistent with company policy. Eliza Cobal was the one who wrote this to Dr. Bess Merton, who was the one who died, who was Olive. This note was written to Olive. Both of these bodies, Scrum and Task Callum, were killed by apparent fatal injury to the chest caused in unknown accidental circumstances. Neither one was actually fully inspected. Task had a puncture wound in his chest requiring stitches, lacerations on his forearms and hands requiring stitching and cleaning, broken index finger on left hand, and recommended cosmetic concealment for bruising on the neck and under the right eye.
Is anyone worried about that package we got? Like, what
Huh?
was that? The package that we moved?
I don't recall that.
Right.
Do you remember meeting Tass?
One time when we were out for drinks, yes.
Right. So do you remember Scrum? His assistant? the goblin.
Right, a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and they asked us to move. We were hired to move
That's it.
the box.
I think
Everybody's getting very sick.
Ah, sorry. Something in my throat. That shouldn't be there. Almost like it shouldn't have been coming out at that moment.
did you have that looked at?
Yes, thank you so much, Chris. I will have it looked at. It still seems odd, though. Puncture wounds, does it say how Scrum passed? I mean, that looks like they were attacked to me.
Same. Well,
Stab wounds,
Scrum?
bruises.
Scrum's cause of death is listed as apparent fatal injury to chest caused in unknown accidental circumstances.
So does it ever happen that people just go about killing folks to bring them here and have them reanimated for you?
While you guys are discussing all this, Dr. Gage is actually on the other side of the room. He's actually examining the wall very closely. And he looks back. When you say that, he says, "No, that's not right. Every person who's animated signs consent forms while they're still alive. That's what we do. Postmortal services. We basically lease people's remains. We give living bodies a stipend. They, in return, when they pass, we take ownership of their remains and animate them and sell them. That's the way it works. Anybody who's brought in should have leasing papers. Are you saying that somebody didn't?
Neither of these bodies had leasing papers.
Well,
They were requesting reanimation. Total reanimation, yes? Which is different than what you all do.
no, animation would just mean exactly what you see here. Despite what happened to you, that was a success. They apparently completed the ritual just as all of this happened. Unfortunately, that didn't give them time to take control of the body.
Who's BD initials?
I would have to go through personnel records.
JF?
Even then, I would need to compare these things to records, and even then, there might be several matches. There are a
How
lot of
many
people who
people
come
worked
through the
here?
labs.
There are
Several
7
dozen.
towers. Yes.
But this isn't the Seven Towers. This is Postmortal Services.
It's part of the 7 towers, isn't it?
Part of Seven Towers is the district. So there's the district and then the university.
Okay. Cool.
Postmortal Services is a separate building
It's a separate. It's
inside of
Gotcha.
Postmortal Services.
I think while they were talking about all
Inside
of
of
this,
Seven
and I was regaining my feeling back,
Yeah.
I would stand up and pick up my great axe and stow it away.
Take all 3 actions to stow it properly.
All 3 actions. But then I
That's
would.
what it takes.
I think I would wait for a moment where I could just kind of quietly and discreetly go up to Odalie and just kind of move my hand to show her that I have blood and say, "Is there anything you can do?"
Could I use a medicine check on that?
Yeah, if you guys are going to spend a couple of minutes, it might be a good idea to spend
Yeah,
some time here.
I
In fact,
definitely.
I'm gonna look over
Dr.
Sly.
Gage is currently trying to figure something out right
Yeah.
now. Clearly, he's kind of engaged. You start working on her wounds.
I'll hand the papers to Grace, actually, and because she hadn't gotten a chance to look at them, and I'll look over Sly with a medicine check.
Okay.
Pure.
Medicine check.
Yeah.
16.
Okay, that is just enough. You're going to give her 2d8 hit points back.
Oh, nice.
20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that's 2d8 hit points for all Sly.
Thank you, Quinn.
5 on the first one and 8 on the second. 13 total.
Ooh,
I only
feeling
needed
pretty
7.
good. Odalite's good at this.
You're doing well. 7 and an 8, 15 total.
Hey, you guys can do this all day.
I'm better than normal.
No, and I think those extra hit points we should get to keep.
Nope. So you're stitching each other up as Grace goes over the documents, and about the end of 10 minutes or so, you guys all hear this ka-chung. You look over to where Dr. Gage is standing, and he's like, "I found it finally." And he's got this. He's pulling his hand off the wall. There's this lever that he has pulled down, and you see a section of the wall slide aside to reveal a darkened space beyond.
Sword.
He peeks his head and it looks like he's looking down. He looks back at all of you. You can see he's kind of says, well, damn it. The disc is broken. And we'll pick this up in about 10 minutes. We're going to take a short break. We're going to do a short break, and then we're going to come back for more Dragons and Things. Stick around, everybody. Tech, get us out of here.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Hey, DaT fam.
Where to even start?
I wanted to say a very heartfelt
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all your support.
Dragons and Things would not be possible without you.
We would not be here doing all of these things and doing this stuff and doing anything without you guys.
Whether you're supporting us on Patreon, or whether through bits on Twitch, or direct donations, or just watching us and sharing us with other people that you know.
for every dollar, every cent, every moment.
All your love, all your comments.
For sticking with us, for helping us build this.
The continued hours of watching, the time you spent listening.
Chatting with us on our Discord about your love of games, whatever it is that you're doing to interact with the stuff that we're putting out there is so meaningful to us.
I know we've said it a million times before, and we will say it a million more times. You literally make this possible.
We can't do it without you.
A real, honest to goodness, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all the fans of our show.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
It really means a lot to all of us. Thank you.
What was it like having to break the news to Crag that he wasn't going to be a part of this new season?
Oh, boy.
Well,
Telling Crag that he wasn't going to be a part of season 3 was one of the toughest things that we've had to do.
He's been taking it well. Okay, he hasn't been taking it well.
He was going through so much with the death of Crag from last season. The guy, I've never seen him so sad.
Craig's not coming back, which is I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we saw what happened, but he's not happy about it.
At first, we just didn't do it. We just sort of kind of ignored him and stayed away from him for a while. But eventually one of us had to tell him, so we decided it would be best coming from Eric.
So Eric Raddick is Crag. Yeah, I mean, that's not real.
I was there, actually. I don't remember much. All I remember is screaming and running as fast as I can.
I'm really concerned. Not just for him, but like everyone's safety.
I don't know him personally, but I had come in for just like a meet and greet, type thing, and he showed up, and I could tell instantly, like, the energy in the room completely changed.
Waking up in the middle of the night to a doorbell ringing. Open that door and just seeing Crag, downtrodden, drenched in water. It's not raining, it's just that he took the sprinkler and held it out here so that it would look like it was raining. That was a pretty bad night.
He moved into the cave. We cleared it out. There wasn't even anywhere for him to sleep. The couch is gone. I mean, he's cutting all the trees down in my backyard, saying there's no trees in the windscourge waste.
I'll wake up to my phone going off at like 6 a.m. and I had to block him because he's calling me like I have any. I'm like, hey, I love you, Crag. I do, but like Crag never even met Thistle.
I mean, things have gotten so bad that we can't even talk about him anymore because we never know where he is at any given time.
Yeah, you go after season 3.
see?
I'm building the set, and I hear this banging on the door. I'm like, what's going on? So I go and I answer the door. He barges in and says, "Why are you using that puny hammer?" Takes my hammer and throws it across the room and says, "Here." He pulls out the hammer. Wham! Set me back 3 days.
I don't know. I mean, I feel bad for him, but like you can tell how uncomfortable he makes everybody.
It's like trying to talk to a 3-year-old who can't play with their favorite toy and is eating broccoli and their mom just put them in timeout. Like, you get no more than some quiet sobs and grunting. That's it.
That's just a thing that I said. It's a thing, Eric Raddick is Crag. That's like, the actor is this character. Sometimes you see it on movie posters. It's not, that's like a funny thing. No, Crag's a real guy. He's a barbarian that lives out in the Windscourge Wastes. He's crazy.
Ultimately, it's just been very tough because Crag won't leave the cave, but yet he also won't leave the castle. It's like this weird thing where I don't even really know where he sleeps. I feel like in the middle of the night, he just travels from one to the other.
The guy liner and the thing. Seriously? We're filming a new thing for season 3. What?
There are legends of a mighty forge where the greatest tabletop weapons are smithed by expert crafters from the finest of materials. Only the strongest of adventurers may wield such relics. Weapons and armor forged from the strongest metals. Mystic foci for the forces of fate, carved from the finest stones. And unique treasures that cannot be found anywhere else in the realms. But beware, the forces of evil may find dark and powerful relics of their own in the online armory. Arm yourself with these gaming relics and equipment to take your tabletop adventures to exciting new dimensions. Go to NorseFoundry.com now to arm yourself with the finest weapons in the realms.
I am Nathan Andrasek. I am playing Sly in this next amazing season of Dragons and Things. I know that's not much to go off of, but he is Sly, and that is all you need to know. Okay, so he is a swashbuckler. He is a half-elf, with human and elf parent, not like two half-elf parents, because there's a lot of ways that you can do that. But father human, mom elf. He uses the rapier first and foremost. That's what he does. He's a fencer. So the swashbuckler has a bunch of different fighting styles to it, and so his weapon and style of choice is fencing. So it's like, doesn't use a shield as much. There's a lot of the shield to the swashbuckler, but having taken some fencing stuff myself, I'm like, you don't have a shield here while you're fencing. Fencing is all about body positioning and needing to be light and quick, and a shield just kind of is like, that arm doesn't need to be tired. Sly knows he's the best. That's just what it comes down to. Everyone should be honored to be working with someone as great as Sly. He very much has this mentality of I'm better. Not than. It's not like I'm better than you as a class thing, but more like my abilities have been honed. I've spent time with this. Like, I am good at what I do, and what I do is for good, so let's just go with my route. I think that could
have some butting heads in the future. But first and foremost, I mean, like, he's just gonna be a quick-wit guy whose mouth can move as fast as his blade, essentially. So a lot of fun, but he's out for the greater good. He is out to help those who can't get access to, you know, even something as little as food or water, but like, this is a world where magic items are for the wealthy. And so it's like, no, that's not how this should work. Everyone should get this. I've seen too much of this in my time. So as much as it is, here we go, I'm off on my mission, there's a part of his brain that says, what else can I be doing at the same time that doesn't hurt the mission, but then goes on and does some helpful things for other people? Jim has built this place that is super magical, but then that has led to the conflict. So it's that same idea of like, all the rich have these great magical things, it's helping their lives, it's amazing, and the poor don't. And so for Sly, he looks at that and he says, no, I want to get involved. When I was building the character as a rogue originally and wanted to make this swashbuckler move, I wanted him to be kind of like a fence. I wanted him to be a guy who can get things from one place to another. And so I still kind of think of that for Sly. I still think of him as a guy who's going to go out and get you what you need. And because of certain, shall we say, connections that he has throughout the city, he can make things happen. He can get things from point A to point B. I think that's going to be really fun to play with because Jim has already laid out such very specific districts. I'm blanking on all the different names, but there is the high society area. There is the Magic Academy area. There's the area that is clearly deprived of magical things, and they're just kind of on the outskirts, and things are tough. And I love that he's laid out this city for us in such intense detail. The world already has a queen, and this is what you call the queen, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is so in depth that I can already see how Sly probably, you know, he came from this area over here, and now he's in Vantam, and now he's going from this part of town to this part of town, and he's able to walk everywhere and get people's attention, but in the way that doesn't get people's attention because of how the areas of town works and how he works. Yeah, I'm excited to see how that all plays out, though, how even individuals in the party interact with, you know, the guild that we're a part of. We're going to be going on missions for them, and we've got our nice little setup there, but okay, how do you do missions for them, which might affect these people in a good way and these people in a bad way, and do we find a way to get these people to have a good outcome? I love that he's built such a complex place that we have to kind of like think our way through. Hey, I'm Nathan Andrasek. Catch me on the DaT Network Tuesdays on Twitch.
Gather your crew and prepare to embark on the journey of a lifetime as you explore the packed worlds of the Starfinder universe, taking on the role of a science fantasy hero customized to fit your playstyle. But danger lurks amongst the stars. Will you fight back with advanced weaponry and cunning tactics? Or will your hero wield the devastating forces that fuse magic and technology together to alter reality? Your crew must come together if you have any hope of victory. In Starfinder, every decision drives the adventure as you build an epic saga with your friends. Bring your story to life in a game where the fate of the worlds rests on the answer to the most important question of all. What do you do? Begin your journey into the Starfinder universe today with the Starfinder Beginner Box, now available at Paizo.com, your local gaming store, and anywhere else adventure can be found.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the second half of our third episode of Vantam Tuesdays. It's been a good one so far. I got to paralyze somebody. Haven't gotten to, knock anybody out, but there's still time. There's still time to get a kill. One of you, that's my goal, one of you will be at least dying 2 by the end of the evening.
That's why we got these.
That's what I'm feeling. I feel it. Feel it in my heart.
I take that as a threat.
You should. I am threatening you. Yes, that was the idea.
This feels like a normal Tuesday for me.
Normal Tuesday. Just getting threatened by your good buddy. Just a quick reminder that we are doing comments a little bit differently tonight. We're taking comment breaks where we take a step back from the story just to chat with everybody. In fact, why don't we go ahead and take one now?
Woo!
Let's talk about let's read some comments.
I'm ready.
Let's do some comments, guys. Put them on the board.
Manda Lil gave me 2 edges, which I'm very happy about, and can't wait to use them. Thanks, Manda Lil.
Dose edges?
Dose.
Wow.
Nice job, Mandalil.
Sarah BC1 actually gave me a mercy, which I am very thankful for, especially with how much hits I was taking. And then DaT Storian was calling me out. He was like, boy, you really gotta specify. Fainting is bad. Fainting, not so much.
That's true. I do need to. Which one do you do?
Look, either of them gives me panache.
You get panache for
yes, because it's part of it's created diversion. So they're like, did he actually pass out? And I'm like, nope, stab.
I buy it.
Yep. I'm actually looking forward to using that one very soon.
Zach Attack 77 says Evil Jim Jam came to play tonight, and Spartan Undead says no, he came to slay.
Came to slay.
Oof.
Whoa.
They just changed one letter.
I know.
James.
That worked real well.
Me? Thrill Pod is saying, can we just acknowledge over 100 viewers on a Tuesday night?
That's right.
Yeah, everybody.
Delirious 2019 saying, Nathan is a national treasure.
Well,
He's our treasure now.
yeah, Delirious, I just want to thank you very much for reiterating exactly what I paid you to say.
Do you get panache now?
I do have panache now, thanks to that comment.
There was a
Amazing.
sub, Sarah BC1 gifting to Kimbleton.
Oh,
Adam Kahn wasn't sub to our channel.
who's that?
How dare he? Follows from Lolo Birdie, Shadow of Death 007, Malcolm XCav, D&R podcast, Bend Buddy, Bend Buddy, and E Lackey, and then holy crap, Claire Keto gifting subs to King Darkane, Sky Lily 083, Yobo 93, David Flegel, and the former Vol.
Wow.
Nice.
Amazing.
Thank
Such a
you.
huge. Hey, for all of you who are sub, make sure that you come hang out with us on Thursday night at 5 p.m. We're going to do a DaT chat from the couch, where we will we'll hang out and talk to you guys. That's all we're going to do. Thursday night, it's basically a Q&A section, but it's only for subscribers. So this is the time to get in on that sub floor so that you can be a part of DaT chat. Thursday night, 5 p.m. Pacific. All right? Wow. That's what we put out there. We talked about it.
And
a
that's
lot.
it for announcements.
No more
No.
announcements.
No.
Wait,
No more.
I have a problem with that. Because I think the Elderwood announcement is too good to pass up, you guys.
Oh, we can't talk about the other
I
one
can't-
announcement.
Look, if we're gonna
Why
open
not?
my box of emotions,
opening
we
the
have
box
to
of
open the
emotions?
box.
Open it.
We can't mess with the lid and say no stay in emotions.
I want to know what it is.
Well, Megan said so. So, Megan, so you know,
Megan's. This is her stream now.
This is mine.
This is what she does.
Elderwood is making hex sets with the Dragons and Things logo.
They're so cute.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, that is
They've got the
beautiful.
normal one and then the mini one for the pebble dice.
What?
They are absolutely fantastic.
And Jim told me not to tell you guys.
It's just we're not that.
Wait,
We
open
weren't
them.
supposed to tell them.
They're so cute.
Look.
We weren't supposed to tell them.
Wow.
But I did.
But
my
we
God,
were
everybody
supposed
knows.
to.
That's
Well,
beautiful.
that's too bad. I'm a rule breaker, okay? No.
Take after your husband.
But they fit perfectly in like a jacket pocket or in your
Oh, yeah, you
purse.
can actually look at it.
Look.
And that's not all.
Look how cute it is.
In the meantime, we're surrounded by
pretty good.
zombies and undead.
Well,
I throw one of these at him.
You've defeated the undead that you were surrounded by. However, Dr. Gage, you are enfeebled. That is true.
Still?
Yeah, you're still enfeebled. Still enfeebled. You had defeated some undead. That paralyzed Zakah. That was my achievement for this evening so far.
Yay,
Paralyzing Zakah.
So supportive.
That's a gift right there.
You defeated all of the other undead in the room. Shortly thereafter, Dr. Gage pulls a leather. He pulls a leather, then a lever, and opens a secret door in the back of the chamber. However, he looks at all of you and says, "The disc is broken." You're not quite certain what that means, but he doesn't look too happy about it, so you assume it's probably not great for your prospects.
Is floating disc still a spell?
Floating disc is a spell.
I wonder if that's what he means, because I see him looking down.
He is looking down.
I say, is this some sort of transport?
Yeah, that's what it was. Takes people down into the sublevels, which is incidentally where we're trying to get to.
Why are the sublevels hidden like this?
We compartmentalize here sometimes.
Yeah,
I've
that's
explained this before.
All right.
It is a hidden door, though. There's compartmentalization, and then there's hiding something.
You ask a lot of questions for somebody who's getting paid a lot of money.
It wasn't a question, it was an observation.
You make a lot of observations for somebody
I'm
who's
observant.
getting paid a lot of money.
Perception.
We have two options as far as I see it. We could climb. Or we could try to backtrack. I believe that I can get this thing going if we find there's a ritual scroll that should reenact the magic. I will get us more easily down to the bottom. I don't know what you're thinking and feeling about that.
I don't mind climbing.
I don't mind magic.
How far is the descent?
He looks down, and it actually, like, it's the darkness, like, you can't see down at the bottom. It's like I've never really measured it before, but it's not a terrible amount. Maybe 50, 60 feet, maybe?
That sounds pretty terrible if you fall.
Well, don't fall. That's step number
I
one.
say, we didn't make great work climbing into a second-story window. I'm not sure that climbing is our best option.
I don't know what you're talking about. I did just fine.
We, as a
Collective.
group.
You don't have like a backup rope ladder.
That would actually, that's just a good suggestion right
I,
there.
Remove you.
and most of the other employees here, regularly prepare Featherfall. I don't know if you have such a backup available to you.
I'll say good
Sense
fun.
motive on if he just tried to just like talk some smack. Was he just patronizing me, bro? Was he just patronizing me? I'm not a sense motive here. Yeah, he's probably patronizing me. 16.
Hey,
He's patronizing you, but he's not lying either. It's like, I could get down there safely. That wouldn't get us back up, but I could get down myself safely. I won't do anything for you.
Well, then the magic is clearly the best option.
it's
Great,
the
if you
quickest
say so.
escape, yes.
You're not confident in climb. I think you could probably make the climb, but I agree that maybe it's better to play it safe. We have to do some backtracking. But I know where the maintenance chief's office is. This begins leading you back out into the room with the first corpse that you found. Through the weird little medical observation ward that you passed through with the two offices. Back further into the hallways until, after about another 10 minutes of walking, you arrive at a door marked as maintenance chief.
10 minutes of walking.
10 minutes.
That's a long. That's a big building.
You have to backtrack all the way to the stairwell. You have to go up to the upper floor,
Oh.
and then there's a lot of finding a place where there's a collapse or things have become impassable. So then you have to backtrack and go a different way. He knows where to go, but because everything has shifted, there's a lot of wasted time that wouldn't normally be wasted.
Crazily enough, Quentin is eating popcorn.
Where does it all come from?
He's just snacking lightly at this point.
Just feeling Feeling munchy.
Snackish.
Maybe it was all
Peckish.
the ash. Gave
Can
me
I? Sly would like to listen at the door before we just go and open
Sure.
any door.
That would be a perception check, and you are fairly confident. There's nothing on the other side. You take a good minute, you hear nothing.
All right.
I'm going to continue while snacking on my popcorn to be ready this time and not drop my guard with shield.
Sure.
Seems fine on the inside. I'm gonna say, just in case, like I'm gonna stand by the side of the door to open it for Zakah so she can have both hands ready. I'm gonna try the handle. Is it locked?
It is. You jiggle it a couple times, it's locked, but it looks like a mechanical one. This doesn't look like a magical lock of any kind. You're fairly certain.
Nobody happened to find any keys, did they? I guess I'll pull out my thieves' tools.
Sure.
I want to really quick look at the lock again. Like, it doesn't look magical, but I want to check for any traps.
Best as you can tell, there's no...
Great.
Can I aid in?
There's really not much of a way for you to aid in picking a lock because it's such a small activity to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like words of encouragement would be great, though.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Thievery roll. Critically failed.
Critically failed.
Great.
You are digging around, and Grace is like, "Hey, is there any way I can help you?" And you're like, "What?" And you turn, and you actually like twist the pick. You could still use it, but you're gonna take a -2 penalty on any future checks
Maybe I
with
should
those tools.
try. It seems like this look is giving you a bit of a hard time.
Something's giving me a hard time.
All right. Oh, All right. Well,
Yep.
I'll just
Go for it.
Okay. Can I try?
Yeah, you can try. If you're using those same tools, it's a -2 penalty.
I mean, I have my own thieves' tools.
Okay, you got your own set.
I
Great.
do. And that's a 24.
You, after just a minute or so of very carefully picking at the lock, you hear a little click in the mechanism. You test it just to see, without opening the door. But yeah, you're confident you can now open the door.
You just have to kind of get in there quite right. You know,
Yes.
I could go over it with you.
No, it's
And,
fine,
Okay,
really.
just if you ever want to.
Nice work, Grace.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks.
As you all are congratulating each other, perhaps it is your good cheer that is bringing good fortune, because Odalie, who hasn't participated in the lockpicking at all,
Nope.
however, she is going to draw a card.
Yay!
Next time in for life. So,
I mean,
go. Yeah.
oh, 2 of diamonds.
2 of diamonds.
Nice.
2 of diamonds.
I've noticed we've gotten a lot of numbers, which is good for the end of the deck, because we'll get a lot of face cards.
That's true.
Ooh.
That's true. What do? You stand there, the door's unlocked. You know you can move forward. What do you do?
I think I'll go back to that same kind of positioning
Sure.
of like opening the
Reposition
door,
yourself.
close a car,
Ready.
sword out.
I ready myself.
She's
for
readying
anything.
herself for anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
To dodge out
That
of the
could
way of
possibly
something
surprise her.
flying toward me. That's what I ready for.
She prepares to dodge, not to strike.
Nope.
To dodge.
Dodge.
Wow.
Like a coward. And then Sly opens the door. Creaks open. And beyond, you see a large, dark workshop, scattered with tools, cleaning supplies, scrap, and half-repaired machinery. Dr. Gage points into the dark. Says, "There's going to be a scroll somewhere in here that we could use to re-enchant the stone disc."
I go searching for the
Yep.
scroll.
Okay.
Same.
A little light, maybe, for everyone. It's a dark room.
Butterfly.
Great job.
There's a light. Flutters like a butterfly. Right on Sly's sword.
Right on Sly's sword.
Great.
The
And a
tip.
butterfly wing sword, yeah. It's like a butterfly just sitting on the tip of your sword, flapping its
beautiful.
wings gently.
Well done. So I'm aiming it.
Yeah, you just start. As you're moving through the room, you see glinting of shattered glass. You notice that there is a large terrarium that has fallen over and shattered.
Nope. Backing it up.
Sly starts backing up. You don't see anything in the darkness.
If
He
I
starts
see
backing
him backing
away.
up, then I probably would just halt my.
As he's backing away, like waving this butterfly of light around, you see a pile of scroll, like all bound up scrolls, sitting on top of the desk that's on the other side of the room.
I would say to probably Odalie, I'd be like, there, Odalie, there's scrolls on the table.
Yeah. Odalie, go look at the scrolls.
You move over. I mean, most of them you don't know what they do, but they're there. And then actually, just with a Arcana check. Go ahead and make one.
Look for any like lockpicks too while you're at it.
Yep, you got it.
Maybe
12 on the die for a 19.
You don't quite know exactly what this ritual is, but these are ritual scrolls, and they all seem to be for the same thing.
Oh, there's backups. Yeah, I'll take as many as I can hold.
Sure, you get a whole bundle in your hand. You're all backing your way now to the door, and Sly, you've gotten outside now, so you're like,
Did Darnell come in?
Huh?
Did Darnell come in?
No, everybody, I assume that the only people who have said they're in the room are you, and you at this point.
Okay.
Sly's basically at the door at this point, eyes peering cautiously into the dark.
I kind of lean over Sly's shoulder and say, the light doesn't do very good when you're outside with it.
Yeah, but look, my arm is inside, and the rapier is at least a couple feet long.
You okay?
There's a terrarium that's broken. Terrariums have things.
Hey guys, there's a terrarium that's broken in there.
I mean, I said that. I did say that out loud.
To who?
I said terrarium.
He's talking about terrarium.
Right.
You look over to your right. A bundle of scrolls in your arms, and you see a boot sticking out from behind a pile of materials or some fallen over shelves. But you notice there's like this film of thick white strands like wrapped around the boots.
No.
Spitters.
Do they look like familiar strands? Because if they do, I might probably be a little. I don't know. It would sound very strange with a few clicky noises, but I would attempt to speak if there's a spider there.
You can speak. Well, that's the question. You can speak to Draven. I know that. Can you speak to any spider?
Oh my
gosh! I have
gosh.
familiar's tongue, so I've learned to speak with my familiar and other creatures like it. I gain the effects of speak with animals, but only for the creatures of the same family.
Very interesting.
Ooh!
What do you say?
I would calmly say, "Hello? Are you over there by the boot? You want to come out and say hi?"
From behind you,
Go.
you hear a very low, whispery voice that says, "Well,
Oh, I don't like it anymore.
surprise."
Just stay there.
Surprise? I mean, they're being real loud over there, so I don't think it was much of a surprise.
You speak. And when you Sly, see just these several closely set together glints in the dark from the butterfly light. And about 10 feet behind Odalie, just at the edge of the light, 2 long, barbed legs just very slowly
Odalie,
forward.
run.
Can we see or hear
towards
this?
me now.
Where am
What
I?
else do you have to say, little thing?
Can I see what it is? Or it's a spider. Well,
Yeah.
I'd turn around and take
So,
a look.
I mean, you turn around and you can see
How large?
the size of a golden retriever.
Oh. Oh.
You can see these little mandibles in the front of its mouth working very quickly.
I found what was supposed to be in the terrarium.
How far am I from it?
That's a giant terrarium.
Because I'm still in the room. I think they all left me.
I'm
so moved.
Odalie's in the room. She's just deeper in the room than you.
Oh, okay.
She's actually further because she had gone over to get the scrolls.
Okay.
But you.
But
can
I see
now
her like
going,
staring
you
and
can-
talking in a language
hear
I don't
this, like,
understand.
And Odalie,
Don't
like,
ever
that
do
came
that
from
again.
Odalie. And then you hear almost like a reply from the darkness. And now you can just see the very edge of these legs, like, and it's moving so slowly, just inching towards her.
So then
But
when
it's
I hear this, I do that thing where like the person from behind starts moving really slowly up toward Odalie because I kind of want to get to her, grab her hand or her arm and just start walking her back ever so slow.
I think Draven would pop out and like crawl up to my head to see what's happening. And before Zakat can get me too far back, I would definitely try to say to this thing, we didn't mean to bother you. We were just here for these scrolls. We'll get out of your hair. If there's anything you need, let me know and we'll get out of here.
Not bothered. You can stay.
Oh, do you want to be friends?
Yes. Stay here. The bigger ones can go, and you and I can speak.
Give me just 1 second. All right, I'll be right back. And with Zakat, I'll go to the doorway.
Cool, and we shut it.
No.
Yes.
So I made a friend.
What's its name?
Sorry.
Oh God, she goes back.
Yeah, I missed out on your name. I'm Odalie. This is Draven. What's yours?
It says its name in this arachnid language, and there's just no way to translate that into human speech at all. Like, it would just be a series of weird little clicky noises. There's no way to. There's no word I can give you for its name.
Its name is Skylar.
Hi, Skylar. Are you popcorn?
It is saying that you guys could leave and I could hang out and have a conversation with it. I'm wondering if we might get some more information or if this is a horrible death trap.
Absolutely not. I'm not leaving you here.
Yeah, it sounds like a death trap to me.
Darnell, what do you know about Skylar?
I had heard rumors that they kept a pet here. I wasn't aware of its exact nature, but you can speak to it?
Oh, yeah.
That's an
Just like I can
interesting
speak
bit
to
of magic.
Draven.
So you're a witch then?
Yes.
Interesting. Not many that work for Postmortal, but
Oh, there are more witches here?
there are more witches in the city.
Well, yeah, I guess. So, quick group vote on whether I go back in the room or not.
We're not voting. You're not going.
But what if it can tell me something?
What if it wants to eat you for lunch?
Well, that's why I have you guys as backup.
It doesn't want us there. How are we supposed to protect you?
That's what you're for. You're the leader.
And I am telling you to come with us.
Well, maybe you just ask it if it's wanting to eat you for lunch.
Hey, Skylar. How hungry are you?
I ate already.
Oh, he's not hungry. He's not hungry.
I mean, do you feel like you can trust him, though?
I've got Draven. Y'all be right here outside the door, right? It'll be fine. It's totally okay. As long as I can get information, totally worth it.
What information are you looking for?
Anything to help us here.
We have the scrolls. We have Darnell. We need to get down into the basement.
Just trust me on this one.
I trust her.
All right, yeah. If you trust the situation, then I'll back you.
I don't like it, but
I agree.
gonna do
Like, Draven's interesting, but that is very big.
What does Draven think of Skylar?
Hey, Draven, what you think?
Draven is sort of dancing nervously on the top of your head.
I mean, is it like an anxious nervous, or is it like a nervous nervous?
It's tough to tell with Draven sometimes.
Like I'm meeting one of my heroes.
Right. Okay, you guys just hang out right here. I will keep my distance from it. Draven's with me. Y'all will be within a good old run. It'll be good. So Odalie will go back in the room, keep her distance.
Can I pull my bow and like just aim it?
I step into the room because I'm not letting her go alone, but I also won't get close enough to where he may say that we all had to leave, so I'm just gonna stand like almost, if not in the doorway, one step in the room.
Sure. So the spider has stayed pretty much back where you first talked to it. So if you want to get back over to kind of near the desk, you can just see just at the edge of the light. Doesn't really seem to want to get into the light at all. So he's right in that. Most of his body is still in that deep darkness. And he sort of actually scoots back just a little bit as you get closer. It says, "The light."
You don't like the light. Hey, Sly.
No. No.
Will you point your sword another way?
Why?
Skylar doesn't like the light.
Oh, great. So now we're listening to a giant thing in the corner that we can't see? Odalie, you have to understand that this isn't logical.
Well, but what if it can help us?
Well, what help will it be if it kills you?
I'll be one less body you have to drag behind you.
We need you. We need Draven.
I
This is
sheathe
a
my
mistake.
sword.
Room is cast in darkness. Suddenly, thank you. You can see it actually gets a little bit closer now, more free to move in the light. You can't really see it, but you can feel this presence right next to you.
Hey, Jim Jam. I'm gonna whisper under my breath for Thaspier.
You're just gonna preemptively get mad?
Because I can see in the dark!
I don't think you can just get mad and stay mad for no reason.
For 1 minute!
No.
Oh, I can't just use it to see in dark
you need
places?
a surge of adrenaline of some kind to really get into it.
I am! My adrenaline's like pumping right
No,
now!
not Katie's adrenaline's the cause of
it's
We are
pumping
one,
right
Jim.
So, what do you have to say? I've never talked to one with so few legs before.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. What would you like me to say? I mean, I was hoping you could actually help us out. We're here. I don't know if you felt it a couple days ago with the explosion in the city and, you know, the whole shaking of the building and everything. We're here taking a look around. If there's anything you've seen and can let us know about.
Oh, I felt the shaking. And as it's talking to you, you can like hear its legs like click, 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 click on the stairs. It's actually moving around you as it talks, just almost like circling you. And you notice that it gets right between you and Zakat, and then it stops and it's standing there. I feel many shakes, but none as big as that one.
Many.
I feel many shakes, like the shaking of footsteps on the ground, and the tremor of your breath when you breathe in the dark, and the beating of your heart when you feel a little scared. My little hairs feel all the subtle vibrations.
Do you know the people that work in this building? Who took care of you?
What is taking care?
Who fed you? Who made sure you had enough darkness, that you had heat and safety.
I don't know about safety, but I do know about who fed me.
And they
He's
were.
not freaked out at all.
There. Right over there. You can't really see where the spider is indicating, but, or even if it's indicating anything.
So you had a caretaker. Sorry, it's really hard for me to see in here without light, but I know that makes you uncomfortable. Can Draven see or sense where the spider is?
Draven would have the same ability to, yeah. I mean, actually, most spiders have tremor sense that can actually feel vibrations and movement around them. So it's an imprecise thing, but he can tell a lot more about what's around, especially when there's movement around you.
Would he be able to tell me if there's a body somewhere, if it's alive, dead?
Well, you did see the boot.
Right.
The boot sticking out of the...
Not sitting upright like I imagined it, like lying down like on a dead person. Got it. Okay. Caught up. Was your caretaker hurt in the shaking, or was there a struggle after?
There was a struggle.
With another like it?
It just struggled.
Oh, well.
And then it fed me.
All right. Well, you know, I think my friend's been waiting for quite a while. Is there anything you'd like from us?
I can think of one or two little things I would like.
Okay, and I'm gonna attempt. Do I still sense that it's standing in between me and
Oh
the
yeah,
cop?
it's still right there.
Cool. Scroll still in hand. Actually, no, I will attempt to put the scrolls in my satchel as I've been talking. And I will attempt to walk around it to find Zakah on the other side.
As you're walking, sort of like feeling around, you can hear it like scuttling to stay next to you. And like you reach out, like trying to avoid everything, and you feel like your hand grabs this bristly, hairy like pole, and it moves suddenly as you grab onto this thing's leg. It doesn't do anything as you feel your way around in the dark, but you almost get the sense that it's like laughing at you a little bit. So are you having trouble?
Can we see her?
She's in the dark. There's no light in the room.
How? And this conversation's been going on about this long.
Oh yeah. It's been a while, yeah.
But I can hear like click, click, tick.
Yeah,
tick.
you hear all
but the clicks are still
weird
happening.
sounds and noises.
But the clicks are still happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
I may say something to her once I heard her shuffling a little. I'd just be like, "Odily, is everything okay?"
I'm fine.
Do you want to go?
Go where?
I don't know. You seem to want to leave.
Well, my friends and I are...
Done here?
Is there a reason for me not to be?
Nothing more to tell me.
Tell you?
It's so interesting to talk to someone like you because I never have. I just wonder if you have anything interesting left to offer.
Well, I can tell you this. My friends and I are trying to clear out this building a little bit. You're more than welcome to come out, take a look around as well. But we'll give you your space as long as you give us ours. There's plenty to eat around here. You won't go hungry for a while. You know, you think that I'm scared of you, but I think you're a little scared of me too.
That's very interesting. Maybe you're right.
All right, Skylar. I'll see you.
Make your way sort of towards the
Totally,
edges of
it's
the
time
room
to
and
go.
all the way out. And you notice that Skylar is kind of keeps pace with you for a little bit, but then you can feel him watching you. He doesn't follow you any closer to the door.
Mm-hmm.
No closer to Zakah.
There is definitely a dead body back there, but as far as I understand it, we will have our space as long as he gets his.
Did you get your information?
Nope.
Glad this was a waste of time. And I grab her arm and I shut the door behind us.
And Nathan is trapped in there.
No, I was on the outside.
He was. He said it. I made sure.
Well, it could have been neat if you had like, you could have ridden him, you know, then you could have driven and another one. You know what I mean? Like a steed, spider steed.
Would have been fun. I don't know how it'd work outside in the real world, but...
You'd intimidate everyone. That'd be great.
Well, I mean, I can do that with just strafing.
Well, that's true.
You two have a very odd idea of fun. I move away from the room back towards wherever we need to go, Jim.
I grab the scrolls from Odalie's arms and
Sure.
I
Grab
like
the scrolls.
kind of a little aggressively just kind of shove them into Darnell.
Sure.
I eat popcorn.
You eat popcorn. Well, this is what we need, and with this, I can reactivate the discs. We just have to head back to the lab. And without further ado, that's exactly where he takes you. You get to the lab. Darnell begins. He unfurls the scroll, one of the scrolls, drops to his knees, and begins a ritual casting, which takes several minutes. This is no simple spell. Apparently, whatever magic was unraveled was something rather complex. And as he pieces it back together, you hear this thrumming sound coming from within this shaft that leads deeper into this facility, and a silvery light flickers into being. But it's coming up from below, and you can feel it, you can see it sort of moving, and before too long, there is a stone disc, large enough for probably 4 or 5 people to stand on at once, and it's bobbing ever so gently just at the edge, just beyond this doorway. Darnell looks at the rest of you and says, well, that's it. We've done it, and we can proceed. But before we proceed, we should take about 2 minutes, read some comments from the chat.
Zakah is growing impatient.
Is it Zakah or Katie?
I think it's a combination of
Oh,
the
that was so
Zakati?
creepy, Jim! That was so creepy!
Looks like
Awesome!
$5 from Dark Knight.
For me!
Katie received.
I have another edge and I need to use them, so let's go!
Oh my gosh.
Got to use the edges.
Unisol 1969. Oh my god, a deadly fatal foot fungus. Roll a save!
Roll a save against foot fungus.
Oh, did you want to read the pun?
Sure. Delirious 2019 says terrarium. I barely know him.
I love this again.
I like Voss's comment. Jim, I attack the darkness with magic missile.
Firewolf 411 literally wrote what I was thinking when you said I go to say something. I was like, fireball. The word is fireball. You say fireball. They say fireball. Yep, that's what this needs, a fireball. Burn it to the ground.
Kill it with fire!
Yep.
That is the thing to do.
It's Lucas Martinez. Man, what's Quindon's Oracle mystery? Low blood sugar. Whoa.
Quickly.
I think it is that.
Adam can take that one.
So this is what It's Lucas Martinez said. Man, what's Quindon's Oracle story? Low blood sugar, always snacking. That's what the words were.
To be fair, you did
mess up a word. It was mystery, not story.
I think the comment is just, we're done with it.
According to this, I must have done it right because it went away.
Is I'm in for life's bit boss to Odalie. Is that new? Do I have to give you a hero point?
Yes.
That's nice.
You deserve
That's
one
awesome.
for your
That's
spider
nice.
role playing.
That's nice.
I hope I see Skylar again soon.
That was fun and terrifying for both me and Zakah.
Wow.
Not gonna lie.
There were cheers from I'm in for life. Subs as well. John Goodman, It's a Me Bando has also subbed. And Mandalo gifted to Sarah Girl 9959. However, Claire Keto is doing some craziness. Would anybody like to take that one?
Yeah, sure. Cleric Ito gifted subs to Unisol 1969, Yum Springs, Warrior Longknife, Jake Bacon, Wormdrake, Dan Servo, Cryptwalker 76, Daners, Mystery Daniels, Iranis Glory, and Brian Summer.
Woo!
Nice.
That's amazing.
However, Brian Summer was not subscribed to us before then, so tisk, Brian Summer.
Our new subscriber, Warrior Longknife, actually said, "Love the energy and drama that y'all bring." So
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank
Glad
you
you're having a good
very
time.
much.
I'm glad somebody's enjoying the drama because
I know.
I can
You
breathe.
don't like giant spiders?
I'm terrified. That was terrifying.
But I gotta say, like, the roleplay was amazing. The fact that you went in, you're like, I'm gonna talk to it. It was
Yeah.
It was
It was
bold.
amazing.
It was horrifying.
Oh.
It was well done. You
Because
deserved
when
a hero
he said,
point.
we'll talk later. I just want to go smash things.
Well, you all now have a path forward. What do you do?
Well, you said only 4 or 5 of us. 5 of us would. Wow, guys, I apparently am done talking. You said only 4 or 5 of us would fit on that thing. So can all of us plus Darnell fit on there?
It would be a little bit of a squeeze. It's more a space issue. You're not sure about the load that the disc can hold, but I mean, you'd be tightly packed in there, but it's possible. I mean, yeah, it's not impossible. You can do.
Okay, well, I just looked at him. Can it support all of our weight?
It should. It should.
Well, I guess if we all go down.
My thinking, it does look like it's a little bit of a tighter fit. If the 3 of you go down with him, Zakar and I are probably the most apt at climbing. Well, maybe you as well, but I would think 2 out of the 3 of us can stay up here so as not to overload it.
Or I could just go ask Skylar if he can
Nope.
No.
I like
weave
this
a
plan.
web for me to
Let's-
climb.
you know what? He's
You know,
busy.
Sly, I think you
What are
should
you
go
doing?
with them.
Busy.
Because if there's danger at the bottom, someone needs to be there to help protect them.
All right.
So I'll stay up at the top.
You're
and
gonna stay up
climb
at the top?
down.
All right. Is anybody else staying with her, or is it
Hopefully
just?
we won't need to climb. The idea is that it can
Hopefully.
come back up. But
I mean, we could risk it. We could also all get on it, and when it comes crashing down, you and I just leap and.
I'll stay up with Zakar.
Okay.
I'll look at her and I'll say, I mean, if something goes down, you might want some spells.
all right.
How will you get down?
I'll ride the disc.
Grace, myself, Odeline,
Darnell.
Darnell, onto the
Okay.
lift.
You load up onto the disc.
My sword's back out, just so we know. It's been out again.
I
very
did
quickly.
hear you say sword a while
Okay.
ago. So I got your back.
And it descends down. You'd guess that Darnell's guess was fairly accurate, maybe 50, 60 feet, maybe a little bit more than that, but not much. And then it comes to a stop, bobbing ever so gently. There's a door just in front of you that Darnell opens, revealing a rather large laboratory room. There's a massive cage set in the center. The bars of that cage are twisted and broken, and much of the lab looks like it has recently been destroyed. You can, even from where you're standing, just in the doorway, you can see that there are 3 mangled, broken corpses scattered about the room. Dr. Gage looks over all of this with sort of a dispassionate eye, but you catch him take a very long, deep breath as if to steady himself before he talks to you. It's just a little further. He begins walking across the room. There is a large iron door on the opposite end of it.
I reach out, I put my hand on his shoulder, I say, No. We don't need you going first. You're the one that needs to live.
Have we climbed down yet?
You can start making athletics checks if that's what you're...
Yeah, I want to get down there.
But yeah.
I don't want you to
Does
leave
he
me.
control the thing? I guess in my brain we reactivated it so it
You're
could
not
go
really
back
sure
up.
how it would be activated, but you're
Oh,
also
great.
standing on it currently because you haven't.
Oh, okay,
Like you
okay.
can go into the room if you
Okay.
want, but yeah, currently you're standing on the disc.
I'm fine at least stepping off the disc.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to make sure he. I want to make sure he's
Sure.
not just going ahead of us, and I also want to say, if you know what we may have to encounter, knowledge can be everything in mere seconds.
I'm not holding anything back because I don't trust you. Anything that I don't tell you about from here on out is information that was kept from me as well. As I mentioned, sometimes Postmortal Services compartmentalizes.
Fair enough.
But I want to survive this every bit as much as you do.
We're also compartmentalized up here. If you could send the lift back up.
Zakai's like climbing down. What'd you get?
I got an 11 on the first one, and then I rolled the second one. I didn't know how long.
Yeah, well, the first one, you realize that it's actually a very smooth climb down. It's very difficult. But by the time you get ready for the second try, the stone disc like rises back up to the level you're on, as everybody down below has exited it.
I'll step on it.
Yeah,
Step
get
on
on
it.
it.
Sure, get back on it. There's a short pause, and then down to the bottom, allowing you to step off and join all of your companions. You can see again, there's a large laboratory space. It's really dark down here. You have a little bit of light from the butterfly sword.
I recast it just for fun.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Just like a little bit of
the butterfly
panache.
light reappears. Let me double check one thing.
It changes its color just slightly. It was kind of a pinkish purple, now it's sort of a greenish blue.
Ooh.
See, those are my favorite color combos, so I'm down with this.
Yeah, that would last for a long time. Okay. So you can see that there is a door, one large iron door at the back of the room that appears to be the only other way.
What happened down here, guys?
Well, something dangerous is what it looks like to me. I'm getting more and more confused about what this business is supposed to be for.
Where is the big dangerous thing that was in the cage?
That's a good question. Do you think we just ran into it? Probably not. It's probably a whole other thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Great.
Okay, survival and or medicine check to determine if the thing that clearly escaped there mauled these bodies. Like, is there a blood trail? Is there any sort of trail, whether survival or medicine, to say, like,
Let's
that
go
thing's
with-
still in here?
Let's go with old survival to determine a trail of any kind.
All right, and I think I have an edge.
You're gonna use
So,
an edge, huh?
yeah, I'm going to use one.
Alrighty.
I got one, so I'm going to use it. Nice. 19 on the die gives me a 24.
24. You can tell a couple of things almost immediately. First, there was a lot of struggle in this room very recently. Something definitely killed these people, mauled them to death, scattered their bodies. Second interesting thing you know notice about the bodies is that each one is missing one of its hands.
Don't look at me!
You took their hands, Jen?
Everyone looks at me.
Third thing you notice is that there are bloody prints of very large bare feet.
Bare feet as in human
No,
feet or
human-
bare feet?
Like humanoid bare feet.
Humanoid
Leading
bears.
Into, but not out of, the iron door.
Okay, so iron door, great. Okay.
And it looks like, I mean, you now that you're actually taking the time to look around, you can also see that the iron door looks like it was barricaded with like iron bars. But they're not like bars that were supposed to be there. Like somebody like took the time to like trap whatever on the other side.
Okay, wait, sorry, hold on. Let me just clarify. So the thing that went through the iron door,
Yes.
which had the bear man feet,
Yes.
man bear pig, made it through the iron
it through the
door,
door.
and then it was barricaded?
And then somebody barricaded it, yes.
And then somebody
And
barricaded
then
it?
somebody barricaded it, yes.
The wounds on these people, are they similar to the wounds that we saw on the doctor who was attacked by her little friend?
Yeah, there is a similarity. There's a similarity. In fact, you had you actually find a trail of blood leading. It's small and almost imperceptible, but you had a really, really good survival roll. You notice that it does look as though somebody left this area, perhaps. There's a trail of blood, and you can actually find, now that you're looking for it, you go in, and on the stone disc that was floating up and down, it looks like there's blood in there as well.
So, which hands are missing? all the right hand, all the left hand, or
There's
just...
no pattern to it that you
No
can
pattern.
determine, yeah.
Great. So I point all this out to everybody. I say, I would assume those hands, the hand that attacked me, we will probably find more of them animated. And then I look at Darnell and I say, that was you that barricaded the door.
I've not been down here in 3 months.
Sense motive.
Sure. Oh, you want to do it?
You tell
Usually
me.
sense motives are secret.
You go for it.
Just so, yeah. You're fairly certain he's telling the truth.
I say, well, then who else could it have been? Did Dr. Lady Olive, did she work down here?
It's quite possibly. It's quite possibly her office was just upstairs.
What kind of creature, and I will also roll an arcane or divine check, or occult, whatever you tell me to. What
Arcana
kind of
would
creature would make either one, these tracks, or two, take hands?
Sure.
Could I also roll that, hearing him ask?
And which was this? Sorry?
Occultism will work.
Occult?
I have on the die for 14.
21.
You're not quite certain about the hand taking. That seems odd. The feet. I mean, you can tell it's larger than a person, but it's really difficult to say like, oh, these are specific tracks that you can name. It looks very like they're humanoid footprints. They're just too large to be a person's, though they're the right shape for it. At this point, Dr. Gage says, look, I don't know the exact nature of this project. Sometimes we get contracts from people looking for military applications of necromancy. So we try to create things based on their specifications that might satisfy those requirements.
I wonder why this department might have gotten a bad name ever.
But what do you need down here?
Classified.
There are documents that have to be destroyed before we leave.
We came all the way down here and risked our lives for some documents that need to be destroyed?
I don't expect you to understand. This is business. This is what has to be done.
Glean lore.
Documents.
No, Postmortal Services.
Okay.
Or Society, maybe. Who owns Postmortal Services? Are they a subsidiary of any particular company? Or
Sure.
are they...
Go ahead and make a society check. That'd be a good one to try.
Son of biscuits. 9.
You're not certain. You're not certain. You're fairly certain that it's a relatively new public-facing company, simply because open practice and commercial use of necromancy is relatively new because it was a big no-no. But you're not certain who owns the company or if it's a subsidiary of a bigger company. You have no idea.
Okay.
All right, well, maybe there's something in there that's really big and hard to bring down in Arrow, and we can, like, show people how good we were, right? We can at least look at it.
There's the positive spin on
I'm going to
life.
stop you right there. Whatever we find down here is going to stay down here.
Ugh.
All of this is confidential, and it's covered under our contract with HEI. So if you have any objections to that, you're going to have to take it up with your own company.
We're
But I can assure you
incredibly discreet.
that's
Never talk about past jobs. Ever.
Not a once.
That just takes the fun out of it. How do people know how great we are?
Where are these documents?
through
The
here.
door. All right, look. We know there's something big on the other side of the door, so we're prepared, all right? We ready ourselves to open the door, put the big guns at the front, the distance people at the back. We barrel through.
Let's do it.
We know it's there. Come on. So there's just bars.
Bars, yeah. Now you're looking at them, you can see that a lot of them are bent and twisted outward, as if something was trying to hammer its way through, and it actually almost succeeded but was thwarted by this barricade, but not by much.
So, can you give us any idea what we're going to be fighting here?
Something designed to destroy people.
Good, good.
It's a weapon.
Here. Right.
It's a weapon.
I say, keep in mind, while this may be small too, those hands are also going to play a part, and they have a distinct skittering sound that accompanies them, so keep an eye out.
If we throw those hands at that thing, maybe they can help us.
I feel like that thing may have made the hands.
Does it mean they won't attack it? Though we don't know.
Who's our fastest runner?
Want to have a race?
Right now.
Probably. Between
Now's
you
not
and
the
Date
time for jokes.
and Slate.
It's one of the.
My thoughts are maybe we can distract this creature while someone moves in, grabs the documents, runs out, and maybe, just maybe, we can put the barricade back up. So
If that's the plan, I would think that you might actually be the best.
Well, I don't think you should do it if you don't want to.
Lucky's not very quick. Sorry, Lucky, but she's not the fastest.
No, I'm not.
Not quick, but we would make a good distraction. You may be able to sneak your way through.
Listen, I'm willing to make the sacrifice and do it for the glory.
Well, great. It's Grace then. Let's start opening the door.
I give Sly a very long look. I'm confused as to why he picked Lucky, and that sets off a particular nerve. Okay, it's Grace.
Ready?
Yeah, but you gotta tell everyone how fast I am. We won't talk about specifics, but you gotta tell everyone, alright?
Got
I
it.
survey that, of course, and if I don't, you gotta talk about how great a date.
okay, but you let us go in first.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't need you running in and getting attacked before we can at least get this thing distracted.
That would be great, yeah. Don't
So
want
that's the plan. You wait, you move in. So I say Sly and I take the front. We distract the creature. Grace, maybe you can loose a few arrows into it in the meantime, but then
Like it.
at the right moment, look for the document.
Alright.
So the plan is because I'm a little confused. We're gonna go in and distract it. She's gonna grab the documents, and then we're gonna run out and barricade it. So we're not gonna
Hopefully.
kill the big thing.
Well, I'd say you kill it if you can.
Well, sure, but how do you know what documents to grab? Are there a lot of documents?
ask
Are we
that.
talking like
We're
6
not-
papers? Are we
We're
talking
not
like 6,000?
taking any documents.
We're
We're
lighting them on
destroying
fire.
Alright, but
all of them.
I'm going to get them to get out. And then we can
Chances
destroy
are, we're talking a lot.
Oh, alright, like.
I can give you. I was saving this for just this moment. He pulls a clay jar out from inside his robes. He says, "If you think this is the best plan, and you can assure me that you can start things burning, you can start burning, and we can run. This is an alchemist fire."
Alright. That sounds dangerous, but we could try it. Is it a sort of thing that I need to get in there and get close to it first?
You know, I mean, like you are familiar with like alchemist fire is relatively common. They're not the most wieldy of weapons, but you are intended to throw them. They have a range of like 10 feet.
Okay.
So you could throw it from outside the room. You could throw it into a room, provided
Okay.
there's enough material to start a blaze. Like, yeah, it'll burn.
Okay.
So are we sneaking
theoretically
in,
possible.
or are we just walking in?
There's no avoiding this creature. We have to get inside and we have to fight it. Okay, if we can kill it, great. But if not, we need to be able to run and at least have a chance to barricade it in there long enough to escape.
My knowledge of these alchemical fire things, and from what I can see of this building I've been walking through and this door, am I about to send this entire place up?
Even if you could start a fire that was actually going to destroy the entire building, the chances of a single alchemist fire creating a blaze that gets that out of hand so quickly that it poses a serious threat to you is unlikely, unless something seriously complicates an escape.
It's not about like the escape or anything like that. It's having seen some people who were surviving or close to survival, and the teams haven't come through to look for them
there's
yet.
really no
I don't like the
telling
idea of
if,
just
like, there's a large amount of this building that you haven't explored because you've been pretty focused on getting to where you need to go and getting this done as quickly as possible. So it is very likely that there are other survivors somewhere around.
Alright, so maybe we use it as like the last resort. If there's no one else in there other than this thing that we gotta fight.
All right.
Let's just
Oldley's gonna be at the door.
do it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get inside.
I'm gonna wait as the group gathers to move in and find a moment to lean over to Odalie and whisper to her, "You're grabbing some papers, right?"
Oh yeah.
I give her a wink.
What do you do?
Burst through the barricade.
we gotta undo the door.
She drops her great axe. She goes to take all the things that.
It's 4 actions to pick the great axe back up. And
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just used my great axe.
I think that Grace would probably get probably her short bow, it's a bit faster in her mind. She'd get like kind of her back to the side of the door, so as soon as they get it open, she can turn around, fire, and then run.
Yeah. Okay. So Grace is ready. Odalie prepares. Sly, where are you in all of this?
I mean, I figured I was helping.
You're helping with the barricade?
With the door,
Okay.
and then I was gonna pull my sword and.
Gotcha. You're helping with the barricade.
I'm ready with my great axe.
Okay.
I'm waiting for that moment to have one little gap, and I'm gonna go flying in that room like an idiot.
Gotcha. And then Quindon?
Quindon sort of zones out for just a moment. He pictures playing with some sort of action figures, like toys. He's laying on a bed somewhere. There's a candle flickering. And then it's gone. And he's back. He prepares shield.
Start maintaining shield. Okay, that leaves you with the barricade. Everybody else sort of gets ready behind you, and you're standing there. There are these 2 like steel poles that are basically blocking the whole thing. So you have to pull one of them out through this, basically the handle. You pull them out through it. The first one you get out, and then the second one, it's like stuck because it's been bent outwards. You have to clang it, and you're making all this noise while you're doing it, and then finally clang comes out. You reach for your sword and grab it, and the door bursts open, and you all see this towering, pustule-covered corpse. Roll initiative.
Oh, I got an infinity.
Ooh!
Infinity.
Me too.
Zakat.
12.
12.
Yay, I wasn't ready to charge.
Also, my total is a 12. Does that matter?
Who's got a bigger bonus?
5.
There we go. What about Quindon?
8.
Quindon, no! Oh, Quindy. What about Grace?
15.
15, Grace. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Sly?
20.
20.
Yeah, good job.
20.
I was ready. Huh? Jim, there's 2 things.
Yeah, I'm aware of how.
But you didn't describe
You
2
only
things.
described one to
Yeah.
us, so I don't
Gotcha.
think that's fair.
So Sly, you see this big, like pustule-covered, it's towering above you, and it's huge, like meaty fist reared back. What do you do? It's got reach, so there's 10 feet of reach to deal with.
And it's right here with me.
Oh yeah, because I mean, it blasts the door open,
And I'm
you
like-
almost get like taken out by the door.
Hello, BC. I'm gonna feint first with the E. F-E. Unless, I don't know, maybe
could
this could
just
be
feint on
I
the
could just
ground.
feint, which would be create a diversion, and then I still get panache if it works.
Treat it like a bear.
Alright, let's try to feint here. That's a 19 on the dice, Jim Jam. Plus my deception of 8 is 27.
27 is going to be a critical success.
Boom,
Whoa!
boom. The target is flat-footed against melee attacks that I attempt against it until the end of my next turn.
Okie dokie. Sounds bad.
Ow. Yeah, yeah. So I can move away and come back, and you're still flat-footed. So you are currently flat-footed against me, and I'm gonna attack you with my rapier. That's a nat 20, Jim! That is a nat 20 on the big BC! Oh!
Gross.
27!
Wow.
Jim, it's 27.
Yeah, that's a critical hit.
Yeah!
Kill it.
Yeah, it's a critical hit. So I'm gonna mention I'm gonna do that confident finish. Because I always do the confident finish after. So now we talked about this last time when this happened, Jim. So I need to roll 6 D6s.
Do you need some more D6s over there?
I mean, well, hey, look, all the friends. Let's just roll them all at once. I don't, the most dice in the dice cams yet. Oh!
Wow, that's pretty good.
Oh my goodness, there's
Roll
10.
this one.
Plus 10 is 20. Plus 6 is 26. Plus, well, I'm good right now. Plus 2 is 28. And I need to add my deadly dice because I critically hit. Let me clear the D6s.
Jim's like, and it's.
That's 6 on that die. What was I at?
26.
So
Plus 6.
32.
Now, do you double that or anything, or is that just all? That's all the critical.
That was the double
That was all of it.
thing because I rolled all the dice that I was supposed to roll twice, and then I doubled that damage, and I don't double the deadly dice, right?
No, you don't double deadly dice. So,
Wow.
thing bursts through the door, and you're just like, shing! And you cut, like, up its hip, up its belly, and this stinking viscera just comes spilling out, and your blade, I mean, just rips through flesh, and you hit this huge bulbous pustule with the blade, and it explodes. And you are covered in this terrible, stinking fluid. You need to make a fortitude save.
Ew.
Fortitude save?
Yes.
You do have 2 more attacks after this, I believe.
Well, then I should just.
No, because I
That was a
fainted,
finisher.
Oh, sure.
and then I finished.
Great.
Oh, my plan was to run after that, guys. And I think I've earned it.
Yeah.
I think I've earned it. So wait, I'm not gonna look at the dice because I want to double check about. I wanted to double check. Do I need to declare this before or after?
You can add that before you know the results of your roll.
Okay, so I don't know the results. This seems like an important thing.
Okay.
I want to add this.
Okay, you add 3 then to your save, turning in your card.
Okay. All right. So 14 plus 3. What was the save?
Fortitude.
Fortitude plus another 3. That's 20.
20. You succeed. You are not sickened.
Nice.
You. What's next? For Sly.
I will. Having now been covered in this grossness, I don't like it. I'm gonna back up to kind of like make sure my eyes are clear, make sure I'm not gonna be slowed down by this stuff. I'm gonna back up my movement.
Okay. You back away from this creature.
I would say I'm gonna keep myself still between myself and Darnell.
Okay. Okay. So then we go to Mutt. This thing just guts hanging down over almost to its knees. Looks it's got its eyes on Sly. He backs away and then it just looks around and sees Grace standing by the door.
Good.
Sees Odalie standing by the door.
Gives up. Just gives up.
We're that scary.
It just is like, come on, I just want to get out of the room. Leaves.
I was looking for the bathroom.
It is, but you know what? I mean, Sly, you hit it so hard. It's just gonna charge right at you, dude. I would love to sit there and use my actions to hit these two, but it's just gonna come barreling through the door. Just huge fist coming down.
Yeah.
It's still 10 feet away.
Sink.
Sink it, huh? Okay. That is going to be 25.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I sunk it because that is still. You're still good.
That's still a hit?
Yeah, that's still a hit.
Okay.
With the 25.
Let me get my D12 to roll damage.
Wait, what?
As this huge fist comes and just collides right with your chest.
Owie.
That is going to be 13 points of damage.
How you doing?
Have mercy. And by that I mean I have mercy, and we'll be
You can
using
reduce that by 1.
We'll reduce it by 1, so that's just an even 12.
12 points of damage as this thing just slams its fist into you. And then I'm going to turn in my card to regain some hit points.
Oh, it's dead. It can't regain hit points. You can't heal.
You'd be surprised what I can do.
What, its guts just like slither back inside of it?
It does. It just starts like this.
I don't like it.
As it regains some hit points, thanks to the card. That is all it can do. It moved and it slammed, and that's actually all it can do. It doesn't seem to be able to do much else, so it doesn't.
I look at it with a smile, just like, is that all you've got? But I don't say that because I don't have that much. Hey, I'm Sly, alright?
Huh?
I'm Sly.
Sure.
It is Grace's turn.
Sly's still alive.
So where is it in relation to me now?
It is now basically in the middle of the room.
Okay.
About 15 feet away. Sly is right there, just gets pummeled, but he kind of shakes it off. You can't tell if it's bravado or if maybe it wasn't that bad.
Okay. Well, my goal is to get in there and get those documents, so I'm not going to shoot it. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't want it to turn back around.
Gotcha.
I'm just going to head into the room.
Sure. Head into the room, you see that there is an off-shot room, but it is very, very dark in here, and without any sort of light. Like, you can barely see some outlines, like forms in the dark. But you can tell there's a doorway on the left-hand wall, but it's totally dark in here.
If I do a quick look around, can I see any lanterns or anything like that?
You can make a seek action.
Okay.
So you move into the room, that's one. Seek action will be another one.
Okay. Do
Uh,
I roll for that?
yeah, you can actually. You know what? I'll let you roll it.
Okay.
Just,
Is this
you'll
perception?
know pretty much immediately whether you did a good job or not.
Is that perception?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
so.
Okay, so that's 15.
15? Yeah. You
Yes.
in the panic and in the dark, you don't know if there are no lanterns or if you just didn't see any, but you don't find anything right away. You could sort of fumble your way around, but it's half movement and it's really dark and you're not sure what's in here.
I have a torch in my bag. How long would it take me?
Well, getting it out of your bag would be another action, so that would be your third action for this round, but the next round you could light it.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll pull it out.
Great. So you prepare for next time to light. Zakah.
Are you sure it's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay,
Very
great.
certain.
Cool.
You don't have any hands, though. Your minifig has no hands.
Happening?
The minifig has no hands.
Minifig has no hands.
There are no hands on that minifig.
Hands are weapons.
Who did this?
Who would do it?
Full retreat.
She's on the lift. You just hear. As it goes.
Full retreat. Why would you do that? That's so mean. Okay.
Oh my god.
That's why I would do it.
I didn't even notice that. So Zakah just witnessed all these things happen, and she has had it with this day today. She is just ready, and she just grabs her great axe and says, "For Thespier!" And she is just gonna charge at this thing.
Is that a sudden charge?
Depends how far away I am from it. Do I need to sudden charge?
Yes.
Great. Then I sudden charge, Jim
Sudden charge.
Jam.
I mean, it's two actions. It's either stride and strike or stride and strike. So.
All right, so I'm gonna sudden charge, and I'm going to use my card, which I can use on an attack roll, so a +4.
That is true. +4 on this attack roll.
Yeah,
As
get
you
it, get
charge
it, get it.
forward.
Get it. Left-handed.
17! Haha! +7 +4, so 17 + 11.
That is
Is it a
another
28?
critical hit.
Wreck!
Come on. All right, 32 is the number to beat. I think you can do that. But
32? Oh my
32
gosh.
is the number to beat.
All right.
You're gonna need 2 d12s then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you roll
Mine are
damage dice
D12.
twice.
Wait, I have
You
another
go.
one. hang on. I have mine. But then I'm also going to use my edge.
Your overcharge
Oh, my overcharge.
to increase the damage,
Damage.
by 1. This will not get doubled, but
Okay.
you can definitely increase your.
All right, I'll add one then. Okay, here's the first. Oh.
Oh gosh.
Oh, they're all gone.
It's mine now.
No! Get your evilness off of it. All right. First one is 11. So
Okay.
22, right?
Okay.
Oh no,
You know,
I
you
just rolled.
Just
Okay,
roll the dice
11.
again. Roll the other
Second
die.
one. I don't know why.
I have no idea why you didn't just.
I don't
roll
know. It was
both
more
of them.
entertaining. 12.
This isn't even right.
Almost
She
max
beat me.
damage.
She beat me.
And with the overcharge,
So it's 12 plus 12.
A plus
12 plus
one.
12,
24.
That was
plus
11
one.
plus 12, right? You roll.
Well,
11
it's plus
plus the
1.
one.
Okay,
So
the
technically
overcharge.
it's
12
24,
plus 24 plus whatever you
and
have.
then plus 8.
Now is the 8 times 2?
32.
Do I double my rage?
Mm-hmm.
16 plus 24 is 40.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, she beat me.
Yes, she did. She beat you significantly. You just cleave into it, and there is just this burst of viscera from out the other side of it. It is still on its feet.
Oh!
And both of you need to make a fortitude save as these pustules all along its body burst, spreading this vile gore everywhere.
18.
18.
Plus
And you make a
4,
fortitude
5, 6.
save?
Yep.
It according to this, I still have an edge. From
Did
somewhere.
you subtract your last edge?
Am I supposed to be subtracting my?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Subtracting
thought
your
I
own
thought there were
bonuses.
other.
The fans
people
don't love
doing
you
it.
that much, Sly.
Well, I thought other
No,
people were
no.
subtracting for me. Okay,
No.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Fortitude. 18 on the die plus 3.
Yeah.
21.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Okay, let me figure
There you
out.
go, Sly.
It's Odelie's turn.
it's me.
Yep.
Odelie is going to. How close am I to the giant pustule of a?
I would say that, I mean, you were basically on the other side of the door from Grace,
Yeah.
so that you're about 15 feet away, just to the
Okay.
to the left side of it, to the right.
I'm gonna back up a little bit and then
Okay.
cast Forbidding Ward on Sly, since he's the one that.
Well, so Sly is actually on the other side of this creature from you, because he backed up in deeper into the room.
Got it.
You were right by that door that Grace just went through.
Got it. So I cannot see
You
Zaka
can't-
or Sly.
You can see Zakai because she's on your side of the beast.
Since she just dealt a bunch of damage, I'll cast it on her for right now.
Sure. Is that a focus spell by any chance?
I'll find out for you.
Because if it's a focus spell, you didn't refocus.
Bum, bum, bum.
No, it is not.
It is not. Okay. Then you're good. As long as it doesn't require refocusing, then you can cast it.
I see no focus.
Okay. So you get a +1 bonus to AC and saves. Fantastic. Was that
Nice.
your whole turn?
And then back up a little. I backed up and then
So basically, you as I understood it, you had your back to the wall,
I'm
ready
just
to go into
moving
that.
away from.
Away, just down the other side. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're further into the room. Cool. Grace, you are standing in a pitch black room.
I want to light that torch.
You want to light that torch, and on your turn you'll be able to do that. But the reason I'm addressing you is because you, from the darkness, hear this horrible little click, 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 and then something leaps up out at you in the dark, and that is going to hit armor class 19.
Oh gosh, where is this on here? I believe mine is an 18. So no, it doesn't hit me.
Yep, that makes sense. That all tracks.
You have to get it directly.
I know.
otherwise-
Thought if I said it with.
It's only gonna be 1 point of damage
Okay.
as you feel these claws like sink into your arm, but they don't let go, and they just begin to dig into your flesh.
Oh, good.
So after that, you automatically take another 4 points of damage, and then it has. Nope, there's the sudden leap and then the shred flesh. So your flesh is shredded, but you hear that sound again. But it doesn't. Nothing else comes out at you. But Odelie, you look down at your feet. You had moved away from the door, and from around the corner, this and it just right up at your face this time.
No.
As a disembodied hand comes flying out at you, hitting armor class 16.
Yep, you hit.
Ooh, it's going to get you for 2 points of slashing damage. It is also going to attach itself to you and just begin to dig, shredding your flesh with its weird little bony ridges.
Don't let it plant an egg.
You take 3 more points of slashing damage, and it is still attached to you.
Can Draven come out and just like
Quindy.
sort of display
It's
her
your
like a
turn.
hand?
You see Lucky now has this thing like just digging into her shoulder. Blood is flying as it just thrashes against her, shredding her flesh. You see Sly is just gets blasted by this fist, but Saka and Sly are also just decimating this thing with tremendous hits. Grace is in the other room in the darkness.
Quindon begins shaking violently as he sees this thing attach itself to Odalie, and he... No! 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 And he pictures running through a forest, and there's just darkness behind, and it's just all consuming, and Quindon disappears for a moment. And suddenly, in the blink of an eye, he's back, and smoke is just billowing off of him. And he says, no, no, no! And he casts a spell.
A spell?
Blackness fills his eyes, and the spell that he's going to cast is one called Walking Nightmare.
Walking Nightmare.
And he wants to cast that at the hand that has attached itself to Odalie.
Tell me about Walking Nightmare.
Well, it targets one creature, and I certainly don't know if it will work or not, because it does target one creature, and it fills the target's... the target must attempt a will save.
Sure. The important part of this is, does it have the mental trait?
Right. It doesn't... I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it has the mental trait.
I'm going to look that up then. You said Waking Nightmare?
Yes.
Let's look.
Walking Nightmare. I don't know if it has it. Learn all about Quindon and his stuff
Emotion,
on World
enchantment, fear, mental. Yes, it is a mental effect.
Sure. He's good.
Yeah, sure. No, you try. Nothing appears to happen to this creature, but you do cast the spell successfully, so you're certain that it's just ineffective against this thing.
And when that happens, Quindon starts looking around and shaking as he sees a vision, and it's coming towards him now, and he starts to back up because he's already up against the wall, so he starts to kind of slide away from something.
Something Quindon sees that nobody else does. Sly, it is your turn.
Well, this thing has been kind enough to come to me again, right?
It has been kind enough to come to you again.
So first, the feint.
It's already flat-footed to you until the end of your turn because
that's
of
right.
your previous critical success.
So, but I need to feint to get panache.
Oh no! I get you. You can. It's flat-footed. You can feint again.
Yeah.
There's no rule that says you cannot feint again. If you want, if you're just
the
doing
way
it
I
for
always
panache.
picture it is like the idea behind it is like his sword work is trying to draw it into more opportune places to hit it.
Yeah. You just edging for that panache.
But yeah, that's all I got.
It's already flat-footed, but you want the panache. So if you want
Yes.
the panache, yes, you'll have to feint again.
Okay, well, it was a 16 on the dice plus 8 for 24.
Yeah, that's a flat-footed creature.
That is, yep, okay. And now we will attack. We will attack it. And we are going to use our hero.
Let's be clear that it's you.
Right, this is mine.
We're not
This is
taking
mine.
it from the...
I'm very thankful for it to get rid of this 1. Because we don't need a 1 right
Don't
now.
we? I think
we don't
we
need
do.
a 1.
No.
What we need is, well, I don't think we need a 3 either, though.
Wow.
4, 10. Total of 10.
It's not going to do it, my friend.
Even flat-footed.
Even flat-footed, it's not going to do it.
All right.
It's not that weak. Come on now.
Hey, I mean, it's got gaping holes. Okay, well then, I will move away.
Move away,
again.
he says, leaving Zakah in the line of fire.
Okay. I was the one that got hit last time, so we're just, even Stevens.
Trading meat.
Even Stevens, he
and
says.
just so we know, I get an extra, because I still technically have panache, because I didn't succeed on my attack. I do have an extra 5 feet of movement.
Cool. So you.
So I'm further away than I was
You get
last time.
further away than you were before.
Mhm.
This creature, it would have chased after you in normal circumstances, but Zakat also dealt a critical hit to it.
Yeah,
So it
she hit
just
you more,
swings
buddy.
around and just.
Duck. Athletics check to duck out of the way.
Your +1 to your AC.
+1 to your AC on this
Yes.
one, thanks to the old. Oh my gosh,
And also
it doesn't matter. Don't tell me about your
okay.
AC because I rolled a natural 20. So I'm gonna roll. Guess what? I'm gonna roll 2d12 now and double all my damage bonuses.
Aren't we glad I moved?
Oh,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
we
we kinda
go. 28 points of damage as it just slams its fist into the top of your
I don't
head.
think you have that many.
It's been fun. Dying one.
Gosh.
Are not dying one because that was a critical hit
Oh,
that
dying
knocked you
two.
down, so you are immediately go down to dying 2.
The control room is going nuts.
And your hands fall off.
Can't take my hands.
I've got a whole other action,
Help! Send help!
so I will just go after Sly on that
You
one.
gotta move.
I know, I'll move after Sly.
Oh.
And that is the end of its turn. It just
Oh,
lumbers
oh,
forward.
okay.
Oh no.
I need a
And
hero point.
stops.
Where's the box battle?
There's one right there.
It is Grace's turn.
You're right.
No, I'm gonna use it first.
It is Grace's turn, and you have this thing attached to your flesh, and it is still just continuing to shred your shoulder apart.
Yay.
What do you do?
I still want to light that torch.
Sure, you just light the torch real fast.
Yes.
One action to light the torch. You can now see this disembodied skeletal hand that is just tearing apart the skin.
Yeah, I want to just like take the torch and just.
I love
stick
it.
right
I'll
on.
allow it. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. That is a 16
Mm-hmm.
on the die.
On the die.
Plus, what would she add to that?
Just whatever your melee attack roll is regular, so
Just add 20.
Just 20 plus 8.
plus
So-
8. So that's a hit. Definite hit. Not a critical hit, but a hit.
Okay. What should I roll for that? Just
Roll
my-
d6. I'll say d6 fire damage.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yes! That's 5.
Ooh, okay, 5 points of damage. It's like the bones start to blacken and crack, but it does not fall off. You still have one more action, but it's still active. You can attack it again.
Yeah.
All right, this is not an agile weapon, so this will be at a -5
Okay.
compared to your last roll.
So, what is that?
13?
It'd be, a 13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
It's attached to you, which makes it flat-footed. That is a success.
Yeah! Burn it!
Die, hand.
You just hold the torch there, grate your teeth against the paint because the heat's starting to affect you too. But then this thing just
I'm laughing.
falls clattering on the floor.
You're excited for the story.
It's dead. That was all 3 of your actions, but it is no more.
Okay.
Can I use that hero point, guys?
Yes.
Can you use your mercy? Do you still have a mercy?
Yes.
Mercy will
remove
not
dying?
remove
Not
the dying
dying.
condition.
I don't know. I think we can allow it. Table vote?
Oh, you guys are the best.
You can also vote, Katie.
All right, you
so-
are at 1 hit point.
And I don't
conscious.
take any wounded
You're
condition,
not
though.
wounded, but I do give me old dark.
Oh wait, I meant
token.
that Mercy could just bring her back. I thought that's what we were.
I also thought that's what we were voting
Yeah,
on.
wait,
I thought
what?
it was
She doesn't get that yet.
Oh, I was voting like that. I don't know.
So what do? Katie? You are on the floor.
How many actions?
You still have all 3 actions. You are just on the ground.
Okay.
1 hit point. You are no longer raging either. When you fall
Yeah,
unconscious,
yeah.
you drop out of rage.
I'm going to stand up with my
There you
great
go.
axe. Unless picking it up's
No,
a separate action.
You got a great axe in your hand.
Cool.
You stand up.
And I will drink an elixir of life.
Okay. So getting an elixir of life, that'll be 1 action. Drinking is another action.
Okay,
that's
wait.
3.
No. Then I changed my mind.
Okay.
No, she can just do that after she declares, I guess.
Can I use this card at any point?
What does does it do?
It transfers HP to an ally.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
No, it's actually it's a one action to use the card in that way. So on your turn you can do it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Is scooting allowed?
Crawling is allowed, and it takes basically
Crab walk.
you can crawl 5 feet for one action.
To be clear, it's a
No.
scoot, Jim.
Yeah, it's a scoot.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up
Okay.
with my great axe,
Yes.
and I'm going to full move away far from the creature.
Far from the way. There's Grace with the torch in the other room. There's Odalie with the thing just trying to kill her. There's the other corner of the room.
I
There's
need
me,
to.
the guy you're just like abandoning to the monster.
There is the guy that you're abandoning to the
I'm just
monster.
helping paint the picture, if that's okay.
Just
I
the
can't take another hit. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do either.
Okay.
What is Zakad? That's the question.
Yeah,
What's
that's true.
Zakad?
That is true. All right, so she'll stand up and take an elixir of life.
All right, she stands up, saves her own butt, leaving her friend to die.
You stop that, Jim. And I'm going to add an edge. Can I do that?
Oh, that is a
Aw.
D20 roll.
Dang it. I keep trying every time. 6.
6. Oh, that's
Yay.
the best you can do. You can't do any better than that. That'll take us to Odalie's turn next. You got this
Yeah.
thing all up on you.
Uh-huh.
What do you do?
I do have this thing all up on me. How do I get this thing all up off?
You can make an athletics check or an attack roll to try to break its grapple on you.
Okay. The attack roll to get it off of me.
Yes.
What kind of attack roll?
Just an attack, like a melee attack.
A melee attack.
Melee,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, here we go. Melee attack to get it off.
Come on.
16 on the die. Plus 0 strength. So 16.
Well, that is a success. You actually do manage to just like frantically rip this thing off, throw it on the ground. It's still
Great.
like skittering on the ground. It rights itself, clearly about to come at you again. But you do have 2 other actions.
I do.
That was an attack action, just so you know. If you take any other attack actions, they have
Right.
that penalty.
I can not see him anymore. Can see Zakad.
Yeah, you see Zakad in the middle of the room. She's just
She
throws
feels
this
okay.
bottle to the
Okay.
ground. She's looking still pretty like woozy and beat up, but better than before.
I am going to, if I move into the room closer to Grace, will I have eyes on Sly?
No, you'd have to move further along the wall.
Okay.
Sly is backing away, like he's almost on the other side of the room. So you need to get
okay.
around the creature on the other way to get a line of sight on.
Can I go the long way around to get over by Sly? So
With
I'm
2 actions, yeah.
Yeah,
That would be 3
yeah.
actions total for your round.
I'll go over to Sly.
That brings us to my turn. What am I gonna do? Odalie ran away. But I think I got a Quindin nearby. A Quindin to come and get. So this skittery little thing just towards the nearest prey. Tries to leap up at you. 20 even to hit.
Oh.
It's going to...
We don't have any
3 points of damage as it just latches onto you. And that is its total turn, making it your turn, Quindin.
What do I see, Jim?
You see a vast number of things. All of your companions, like you see Zakad dies and then rises back up very slowly, and she has this like filmy look in her eyes and slack jaw as she just like turns towards you suddenly, and she's clearly been animated as a zombie by the foul magics of this place.
Oh my gosh, Jim! For a second I was with you, and then I was like,
You
wait.
see Odalie just like she looks terrified and runs screaming. She's abandoned you entirely. You just know instinctively she's gone. And she disappears into this weird fog. Oh, maybe she got away. Maybe the sounds of the feeding creatures in the fog got her.
No, that doesn't seem right. I want to focus.
You focus. Everything sort of comes back into you see Zakaz's fine. She's just wounded, but she's not dead. She's alive. That fog wasn't even really there. Odalie is just on. Like she's right there. You can still see Lucky. Everything sort of comes back into clarity. It's not a good situation, even with the clarity, though.
Quindin shakes, his eyes become dark again, and he speaks in a very... spits out a spell, command,
Command.
in Neckril
In Neckril.
at the big guy.
The big boy.
And says fall.
Big boy and says fall. Is this a mind-affecting effect?
It's command, so probably.
Yeah, I believe that is going to have the mental trait.
I'm sure.
Command does indeed have the mental trait. It's like there's just nothing there to grab onto to command.
Yeah. So Quindon is lost right now. But yeah, it's fun.
Sly, everybody's abandoned you. It's up to you. Either you have to kill it or you're dead this turn. There's no way around it.
In the picture, where is Odalie? Is she right by me, or is she just nearby me so she
you
can
can
see me?
see her. She's like moving around the creature to try to maybe get a better. Like, you can see her now, but she's not near you. She's still out of reach of this creature.
Okay. I'm gonna try a different maneuver. I've been bringing him back this way. All my companions are on the other side of him. I want to try to tumble through his space to get to the other side.
Really eager for that panache.
I also can get away with it though. I figure I'm backing myself up towards a wall. Like I don't want to.
It makes a lot of sense.
Picking on me. Ugh. That is with acrobatics. That's just a 10. I don't think I get through.
It's not gonna do it.
So when my movement ends, I believe if I've moved out of the square I started in, which I was attempting to, my movement just ends and I trigger reactions. If it has
there are no reactions it can take, but
okay,
you basically just stay there. No panache for you.
Okay. Sly's just gonna look up at it then and say, "All right," and he's gonna try to do the feint that keeps working.
Sure,
It's like,
fainting.
They're still up. There we go. That is a 16, so everyone can see it on the dice, plus my deception 8, 24.
24 is a success.
All right, got that panache. Let's get the hit. 14 is almost a 20. 14 plus 7 is 21.
21 is a hit.
All right, all right. I'm going for broke, so I'm going to use the confident finish now.
Okay.
Which means I need to borrow an extra one of these. I'll grab this one. So that's 3d6. Not as good as last time. That's 9 plus 1. That's 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. You slice this thing in the back as you get behind it. It starts turning towards you, and you know, like it's just fist leading. And as it turns, you notice that huge cut in the side that Zakah made with that tremendous blow, it like the whole of its torso starts sliding, almost as if it's now detached from its spine, and the whole thing just and like falls in 2 pieces right next to you and doesn't move anymore.
I look down at it,
killed it,
and I'm beaten, but I say, "Is that all you've got?"
Grace.
You're asking for it.
The danger's almost over, but not quite. You are okay. You're standing in this room, torchlight now. You can see well enough to navigate the room fairly easily. There is another offshot room, and you can see it's open, and there are files. Cabinets and files. That's gotta be it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go to that room.
Okay, you get over to the doorway. You've got the flask of alchemist fire in your hand, and you're about to throw it. Mm-hmm. When you see on top of a nearby table, there is something that catches your eye. It is a file labeled The Swirling Sprite. And the reason that catches your eye is because the Swirling Sprite is the vessel that was carrying your brother Seamus that never returned to Vantam, causing you never to see your brother again.
I think Grace pauses for a second and kind of, it's just not something she expected to see. So she kind of does a double take. And then she looks behind her to see...
Nobody else is in this room with you at all. It's just you with the torch and the alchemist fire.
I mean, I think the first thing she's going to do is want to kind of look at it, but she puts it in her bag,
Okay.
or just somewhere she kind of hides it, and then before throwing the alchemist fire in here, she actually she wants to kind of look around and see if she sees anything else.
Sure. I mean, there's so much else here that it's impossible to really tell much of anything without a more thorough search. In a round of searching, there's really nothing else you can get. But if you wanted to spend some time in here, you could do that. But
I think she would probably spend a little bit more time than she should.
Okay.
So she might spend enough time just to kind of like rifle through things and then
sure.
eventually
But that's kind of what you're sort of taken by that now.
Yeah.
Zakai, you're back out in the main room. The big beast is down, but Quindon, like, there's a thing scrabbling on his back, just tearing at his flesh, and he already seems really weirdly out of it. What do you do?
I am. How far away is Quindon from me?
Not very far. You can get to him in a single move.
Okay. Well, she's exhausted. She's just really beaten down, but she sees her friend is struggling. So I think with like any ounce of even word that she can say, she almost like a whisper would just say, and she'd run forward and she'd strike with her great axe.
I don't believe you can actually rage.
I can't?
No, you have to have a
Am I
full minute
fatigued?
in between. Yeah, because
Oh,
when you
it has
drop
it
out
not
of rage,
been a
you
minute?
become fatigued. Yeah, it's not been a
Okay,
full minute.
then my wonderful story is no.
You're wonderful. I mean, hey, it's a great battle cry. I believe it in my heart. I feel
Thanks,
your.
Thanks. All right. Well then,
Whatever.
I'm just gonna go hit it.
I just feel
I'm
it.
gonna go hit it with my great axe without
You
raging.
can hit it.
And I'm gonna
Hitting is
use
good.
my edge.
Sure. You are fatigued, which is going to reduce, I believe, the attack by 1. But edge is going to even that out. So just a normal
Can I
roll.
stack my edges?
No. Yeah.
Ah, well that's a 15 plus.
I don't think it actually hurts her attack rolls. Fatigue Wade just takes a -1 penalty to AC and saving throws.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yep.
That is weird. Okay.
Cool.
Whatever.
So that's 15 plus
That's a
7
It's
plus
definitely-
1.
You got him. You got him with a 15 on the die for sure.
What do
It's
I
not a
see?
critical hit. You've maintained your focus. So Zakah, like as you know her, is like rushing towards you, and you just keep focused. You know she's a friend. She's a friend. She's a friend. This is okay. She's helping me, even though she has this huge great axe raised, and she comes in. Oh goodness.
Would you like another one? What's happening here?
What did you
Do
lose?
you need a D12? Here, here's a
I
D12.
can't use your dice.
Well, you have another one. You specifically
Those
said
are
how
my
you had another
Zakah
one.
dice.
Great,
You
so
are
use a
Zakah.
Zakah.
Very good.
You be Zakah.
I'll get it for you in a second.
It's a 9.
You destroy this creature, obliterating it in total.
Plus 2. It's
Yeah,
an
I
11.
mean, you absolutely obliterate this creature. I mean, you come in and just smash it. Bone shards go
Was it a
flying
crit, by the way?
everywhere.
Just curious.
No, it was not. It was not a crit, but you do destroy this thing. There are no other creatures on the field. You are victorious. Grace, you are standing in this room trying to make some semblance of what's going on. And moments later, you can hear footsteps as somebody's approaching. What do you do?
As I hear that, I think it'll kind of bring me back into what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'll step out of the room and throw the alchemist fire in.
You look back and you see your friend sort of looking in at you, making sure you're okay. And you can see Darnell is among them, and he's just watching. And then you hurl this alchemist fire. It shatters in the room. There's this burst of green flame, and paper just catches. Vroom. The whole room goes up in flames. Darnell just sort of gives you a nod. And we'll pick this up next time.
I wanted to know what was
Bubba, that was brutal. Those crits, man. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Yeah, but then you got me with the crit.
8 points of damage
Holy
in
cow.
2
I
turns.
think I actually mathed wrong too, but I wasn't gonna bring it up. I think we were too shy.
Wow.
Just awful. Just awful. I'm really glad that thing was beefy. But you know what? It's all good. I had a good time. I hope you did too. To those of you out there still watching, thanks for sticking around. If you're new to the stream, welcome. If you're an old fan, we're glad to have you. You guys want to read some comments before we go?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's chat with the fans for a little bit.
Oh, man. Voss was telling me to stop fainting, and I totally get it, but that's why I started specifying. But then also, Sir Quigley called me out from the great beyond and said, "It's called a jump slide, Sly."
A jump slide?
Jump slide.
Ah, that would have been.
Ooh,
yeah,
I'm gonna
see?
jump slide. That's what I do from now on. It's no longer a tumble through. It's a jump slide.
Well, Unisol 1969 said roll a procrastination save.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a
Which
door.
I like.
There was a door. Obviously, we have to take it out.
It was a scary door. Yeah.
Wow.
It's Lucas Martinez says, it's hard to roll dice with no hands.
It's true.
You gotta have hands to roll.
Sorry about that. Jake Bacon says Sly's going to need a long shower and a prestidigitation scrub for good measure.
Yes, please,
Yes.
and thank you.
His boots are not clean.
Yeah, I'm unhappy about that.
Crag, son of Horus, says, well played, Jim. Well played. Did the hatchets fit in the holes?
I didn't test that. Maybe next time.
And Firewolf says, now we know what Jim does with all the hands he takes.
And I agree, Craig, son of Horus. First panache, then some ganache to celebrate.
Tasty. Cool.
Cleric Ito doing what Cleric Ito does.
Yeah, wow.
Gifting subs to Fractured Avatar 13, A.S. Asmel, Left-Handed Monkey Wrench, Lamar the Con Guy, Mason 1971, Hannah Mini Ninja? Hannah
Min Ninja.
Yep, that's it.
And Nally Ninja?
That one.
As the Thin, Chaos Rules 88, The Real Gobshite, and Photo Cavallo. Thank you so much, Cleric
So
Ito,
huge
and
to get
thank
those
you all to
subs.
our new subs.
We also have a follow from Lord Yance. Lordy Ants?
Lord again.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
Lord Dians?
Well, that was
Fantastic.
intense.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
It was
That was
intense.
scary.
And we had
I liked
we had
it.
a lot of hero points that came in this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, you
So
could
thank
use
you
them,
all.
too.
Seriously, like
the hero
Sarah
points?
BC1, Mandalil, Dark Knight saved me tonight, so thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
quite literally.
Thank you.
But I got this extra Dark Fate token.
What are you doing with that there, guy?
Use
Hold
it on
to it
Friday.
Until
I don't think
until I
that's-
can
Use it
ruin
on-
somebody's
Yeah, use it on
day.
Friday.
Use it
I
on
have to use it
Friday.
on you. I already have
Use
one
it
for
on
Friday.
Well, want to? Do you want to?
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be back on Friday, as mentioned. But if you guys have a little time on Thursday afternoon, don't forget DaT Chat. If you are subbed, if you got a gifted sub, hey, come join us. You know, it doesn't matter how you got the sub, just be subbed. You could sub right now and just gain access to that stream. It'll just be a little Q&A where a couple of the cast are going to show up. We're going to chat and chill, and that's it. It's just going to be a fun little time. We're going to do it on the couch. We're going to bring the couch back just for you. We're gonna hang out. Then, of course, we do have our episode on Friday where we join the Shorebend crew, and we see what's up with them. Until then, I don't know. Just
What's this?
live life.
Yeah. The big, exciting Elderwood.
Here.
Ah! Jim.
The
Elderwood is
oh,
making
you-
the hex
oh my God.
sets with the Dragons and Things logo.
Yeah, you told us about that already when you weren't supposed to, so we already know that, Jamie.
You weren't supposed to say that.
I'm just reminding people of the things they should and should not know.
Reminding you of forbidden knowledge.
So well made.
They are very
It
nice.
just it,
They're
that
actually
just
really cool.
clicks right in this. You can barely tell where it
really
is.
gorgeous.
Seamless.
Seamless.
Virtually seamless.
I want one. I want to buy one now.
Oh,
Can't
look
have
how
it.
well my
You can't
dice
buy one
fit.
right now,
Well,
but you'll be able to soon.
I guess.
When, Jim Jam?
I don't know
When?
yet. We can't announce everything. We gotta keep some secrets. With all that said, I think it's time to get out of here. I'll see some of you on Thursday. I'll see all of you hopefully on Friday. Tech, get us out of here.
Bye.